What?
I don't know if I'm gonna get these on.
What do you mean? You don't have your hat?
No.
Nice.
Left it.
Check.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to jard it.
Man bun?
Kind of. Just for a second.
All right. Oh, we forgot to set up the fucking soundboard for Jared.
What does that even mean?
Me and Mike came across a soundboard with like thousands of sounds.
Yeah, I have to figure out how to hook that up, like,
But it's
through
pretty
the computer.
convenient though.
Yeah. There was a lot of sounds.
What is that?
What is what?
That's not orange juice.
No, it's the iced tea I had. Peach iced tea. Lipton. Yeah.
Alright, so here we are. Episode 2.
Yep.
Of what?
Thank you. Of the What Do You Mean podcast.
There you
What
go.
do you mean?
Exactly. Starring myself.
We already did the intros.
It doesn't fucking matter.
I know. I just want
Fuck
to give
it.
you a hard
Whatever.
time. I'm
We
Reno.
already did intros?
No, he's talking about like last episode.
Oh, so we never do them again?
No, just
No.
once and that's it. I'm Dillon Smith.
I'm Michael Smith.
And I'm Reno.
Alright, that's it.
Yeah, so I guess we should start off by talking about, well, not talking about, but warning the audience of what's going to happen today.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So, we are bringing in another one of your family members. Thankfully not a Smith, because the last time a Puerto Rican was around so many Smiths, it didn't end too well for them.
Oh, throwing it back history style. I like that.
So, it's Jared Reibe, correct?
Yeah, or Jarfunkel McRibeye. It's
Yeah,
whatever you want.
it says so
Jarfunkel
on the,
McRibeye?
Yeah, or Jarface McRibeye.
Or,
It's interchangeable.
or-
Baby
Um,
meat, correct?
Yeah.
Jarfunkel also is acceptable. He'll accept
Yeah,
Jarfunkel.
Jarfunkel.
Okay.
The Funks.
So, why we have to warn everybody. We say this lovingly, warn, but he has an out there way of thinking, we'll say it that way. We are not a political podcast by any means,
Nope.
but if it comes up, we are not going to shy away from it. With Jared, it will come up. Let's
Yeah.
just say that.
But we are a comedy podcast, and it will have an underlying theme.
Nothing should be taken too
exactly.
seriously.
It's just all for fun.
Yeah.
He might take it super seriously, but just know that we're not.
Absolutely. We're not doing this for any other reason but to have a good time, and hopefully you guys can enjoy it with us.
And with Jared being the guest, I can almost guarantee that it's gonna be fun at least.
Yes.
It's going to be
Great,
very fun.
great guy, but
Very knowledgeable.
very knowledgeable, but he believes some pretty against the norm things. And that's what we will be talking to him about today.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we've said in the past, I believe, hopefully no one takes offense to anything. If you do,
Suck it.
probably just don't keep listening. Yeah,
Yeah, or that.
Exactly.
That's better than what I was gonna say.
None of this is meant to offend, but if you're offended,
Suck it.
yep, not
Yep,
for you.
not
Just
for you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yep. Because it's America and we can do that.
America. Yeah. So,
Yeah, he should be
Mike,
getting here
anything
any
you want
minute.
to add, or you feel we missed?
Yeah, Mike. Let's hear your. I want to hear your perspective on Jared.
Or wait,
in
maybe
a nutshell. In a nutshell, real quick.
Maybe he's one of the offended ones that need to fuck off.
No, I'm not offended.
That's
no.
what's your take on him?
You guys hit the nail on the head. He definitely believes in a lot of things that do go against the norm, but he is a really smart person, and he's definitely interesting to talk with and
For sure.
hear what his points are.
Wait,
because
he's not behind us right now.
I I don't know if I remember this correctly, but I thought at one point you were even starting to get a little convinced by some of the things he was saying. Only specific.
That's the thing,
specific
man.
to the flat Earth thing. If I remember correctly, there was one night we were playing poker and he was talking about it, and you kind of were getting swayed, or you were just agreeing with some of his points.
Okay, so besides the fact that I might be highly malleable, maybe you could say, or swayed to believe something.
No, you can't.
Fuck, you're right. No, but yeah, he has an uncanny ability to
brainwash.
Persuasive.
He's persuasive, yeah. And some of the things he was saying, it could. I just took it to be true. I would assume that he wasn't lying to me, but what he said, those types of things couldn't necessarily be refuted. So it's like,
right.
Well,
he's good at debating in that he
knows how to cherry pick all the good.
Yeah. But he'll also let you talk and see what your point is.
But then immediately shut you down.
I call that the Catholic approach. It's exactly what the Catholic Church does.
And we'll be talking about the Catholic Church in a little bit too.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. If he's going to talk about
what we believe he's going to talk about.
Yeah. So did you discuss with him the content of the podcast?
No, because you haven't.
Do you have any idea? Did you put any?
This is exactly how it went.
Or?
No.
I texted him, and I'm going to apologize formally because I did it without the consent of Reno or Mike. I just
was
texted
gonna say
him.
no one talked to me.
I
about
didn't. I'm
this.
sorry. I was thinking one day, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. The next episode, I want Jared on because
I said it at the end of last episode. Remember?
Yeah.
So
No, I think it's a great idea. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
all I did was ask him, "Hey, do you want to come on the podcast?"
And that's where you crossed the line.
But I didn't ask him under what
Pretenses.
guys or exactly. And he
Right.
just was just like, "This is gonna be fun. I'm taking off work. I can't." All he said
Yeah,
was,
he took
"I'm
off
gonna
work.
I'm gonna talk about," and in caps, the Illuminati.
Cool. All
Yeah,
right.
and I was like, "Fine, that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'll be exciting."
Yeah.
Wait,
I don't
hold
know
on.
too much
But
about the Illuminati.
Did one of you mention baby meat?
Oh yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
Was that a joke?
I just mentioned it now, but Dillon mentioned it last time. Yeah, so I guess we'll talk about that now a
real
little
quick.
bit because we asked him and we never really got the full story. So it's probably not going to be something
There
we're
probably isn't a full story.
gonna hit on.
No,
No,
I don't think so.
they're
I mean, there's a story.
There's a
but
story,
Who knows if there's
yeah.
any
It's a
merit to it.
story.
Yeah, it's a story.
So this goes back to when me and Dillon, speaking of the devil, me and Dillon were working at the flea. Not
John
working,
Funko!
but we were going to the flea market. I was helping him sell some crap, and Jared shows up one day talking about how Wendy's or McDonald's puts like
McDonald's.
baby meat in their hamburgers, and
I'm gonna
that's
step away for one second.
It just turned into a
Go
joke.
tame the beast. Keep going. You're good.
No, that was about it. Just baby meat and hamburgers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what kind of babies, why, if they taste better.
Think human babies.
I don't know. Oh yeah, they were coming from the abortion clinics or something like that.
Just stop right there. Save it. Yeah.
Why stop there?
Because
No,
that's
we're
just-
not gonna talk to him about this. I don't think
Yeah, you're right.
it's
But
too
I'll-
convoluted. We never got through it when we
Oh,
initially
I do have
asked
two
him
questions
about
at the end of this podcast after Jared leaves.
Well,
that I
write
want to
them
ask you.
All
That I want to ask you.
All right, write
that I
them down.
pulled from the last podcast that kind of remained unquestioned.
it. All right. Yeah, I know we never got to. I never got to finish explaining about the name. Mike asked me and then cut me off
No, I don't know what you're talking about. What name?
about the name of the podcast.
Oh,
why we
okay, yeah, we'll
named
get
it.
into
What
that
do
too
you
at the
mean?
end. There were a couple things. Like, don't elaborate, but my two questions are the magical moment that happened in the mall parking lot with you, Joel, and someone, and then
Right.
and then there was another moment where you were kind of recollecting about how your cousins fuck with you, and you were like, how they put that doll on you while you're sleeping, and then you ended that sentence with, "But that's not the worst they've done to me." And then we talked about something else, and I was like, "What the fuck did they do to you?"
Yeah.
So those are my two questions. We'll
did.
save for the end.
They did one thing in particular that's probably scarred me a little bit, but not like traumatically to where like I'm addicted to drugs horribly or anything like that. But I just have a weird little quirk because of it, and I won't talk about that. But it brings up another story about my brother. My brother was like the runt of the cousins. He was the one who
DJ?
Yeah. He was the one who got like the brunt of their picking on back then, and from what I hear, he was a tattletale according to them and stuff like that. But
That seems about right.
yeah, but
DJ seems like a
I was
tattletale.
I was too young. I don't know the full story, but either way, so he would try to pick on me, but again, like I said about my cousins, it took a lot for them to actually get to me, and they're the masters when it comes to this. They learned directly from my dad. So Jared,
The funky dunk.
guest just walked in, but
Yes, sir.
let me finish this story real quick. So anyway, my brother would try and razz me, and
Try to
nothing.
harass you?
Razz,
Razzle-dazz?
yeah,
Razzmatazz? What do you mean?
razz me like.
Razzmatazz, buckshot.
Like, you know, the typical, like, brotherly picking on and stuff like
So
that.
why didn't you say that?
Because raz is a simpler word.
Okay, who says Raz? Seriously, just tell me.
People who know the word raz.
I know raspberry.
Okay, well, you're halfway there. So,
How do you spell Raz?
Probably
You know,
R-A-Z-Z.
this is the age of...
Verb
Tease
to tease.
playful,
Wow,
yeah.
okay.
Exactly.
I can see.
Wow.
So you could leave that up because...
Nice.
But look,
So,
look, noun,
whenever-
another term for raspberry. So I was...
Yeah, that's why I said you're halfway there.
There we go.
Anyway, so my brother never really was at the level of my cousins because first off, it just wasn't in him to be mean to me. And second off...
Your own brother wasn't mean to you?
he should have been. God knows he should have been. I was a little terror when I was a kid.
How many brothers do you have?
Yeah, you
I
seem
have
like a
one.
bitch.
He's 10 years older than me.
Oh, wow.
And he's my half-brother, technically.
That's a big
But
gap.
that doesn't mean anything to us. Yeah, I mean,
How much older is Carrie
So-
than you, Jared?
just to finish this real quick.
6 years.
He never really could pick on me, never really hit home with any of his little jokes or anything like that. But one day we were walking to the store, and for some reason he called me a pedestrian, and I lost my shit.
Oh, I think you told us.
I flipped the fuck out. I was crying, screaming, and he's laughing.
How old were you?
I had to have been like 5.
So did you not know what it was?
I had no idea what a pedestrian
That's
was.
If he knew, would
I
he
thought
be
it was a
crying?
bad word. So I'm asking him, like, what does it mean? He's not telling me. So we get home, and I tell my dad, DJ called me a pedestrian because I'm crying. He's like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, DJ called me a pedestrian. And he just bursts into fucking laughter. And he's crying, and I'm fucking furious at this point because everyone's laughing at me. No one's telling me what the fuck's going on.
Oh, yeah.
And then finally, someone sits there and tells me, it just means you walk. You don't have a vehicle. That's what a pedestrian, your brother didn't call you a bad word. So I'm like, shit.
That's hilarious, but also, like,
Well,
why?
not
why did
necessarily. Read the adjective.
A person walking along a road or in
no.
a developed area, which
Noun.
No, the other.
That's the noun.
that's
What's
the
adjective?
noun.
adjective lacking inspiration or
Excitement.
excitement.
Dull.
Maybe he was making
Maybe he
fun
was
of you,
calling
dude.
you dull.
Wait, so he was 15? Maybe that was a vocabulary word, dude.
Maybe. But either way, it was correct.
Yeah.
So my parents thought it was hilarious. And it literally scarred me. I cringe to this day when I hear the word pedestrian.
I like it. It reminds me of podiatrist for some reason, and I like that word too. I don't know why.
I like that word too.
Wasn't Bill Cosby a podiatrist?
No, he was a pedophile.
I meant
Unreal.
no, he was a rapist. But I meant
Well, that
on
we
the
know of
Cosby
so
show.
far.
On the
He
Cosby
was
show.
both, right?
Yeah, pedophile.
No, I
and a
don't think he
rapist.
messed with underage. Oh yeah, Raven Simone alleged that he did.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So we were
It's
both
America's
correct, I
dad.
guess. Yeah.
But anyway, we'll stop right there,
Wow.
Yeah.
That turned quickly.
and we'll actually we'll stop for a brief second, set
Yeah,
up,
just
and
'cause the
we'll be back
noise.
right second
Yeah,
with our
how we
fucking
sitting
guest,
and all
Jar
that.
Funkle McRibeye.
Sounds good. Whoa, didn't stop.
And now it's stopped.
We're
Here
back.
we are back with the main man of the day, my cousin, Mike's
My
cousin,
cousin.
Reno's acquaintance, friend, colleague, Jar Funkle
Pedestrian.
McRibeye, pedestrian, Jared Reibe.
He's cringing, bro. He's like, yeah.
What's up, Jared?
I'm cringing. Hello.
Glad to have you, man.
Thank you.
No problem.
What do you think of our setup, dude?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
legit?
I like it. I just wish we had more seats.
And space.
Yeah. It's gonna grow and it's gonna get easier because it's still in its infancy. But
This
we're
is like a
making-
3-week-old baby right now.
What am
Yeah.
I, the Eddie
Literally.
Bravo to the JRE experience? Is that what?
This is essentially that. We are a very, very watered down version of that. You're our Eddie
Watered
Bravo, and we're a Joe. Well, not watered down.
Is that
but-
when he did it like in his living room or something?
I don't know how he
podcast
was
from his
doing it.
living room. for a
Joe the
while?
Toe?
Joe the Toe.
Joe the Toe
Did you come
Rogan?
up with that, or did you?
No, I did not. But it's hilarious.
Is it because he looks like a big toe?
Yes. That's what everybody says, and yeah.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, we refer to you as our Eddie Bravo because just because of your
My proclivities.
Yeah, your proclivities,
Proclivities.
your
Good
beliefs,
word.
your proclivities.
My beliefs.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever actually used that word, proclivities. I need to look that up.
All right, so
it's a natural inclination.
no, it's not.
Is it more like a tendency?
Look up proclivity.
More like a bad habit.
A tendency.
Or
choose or do
an
something
inclination or
Well, you're
predisposition.
both right.
So there you go. Thank you.
A
My man.
proclivity for hard work.
Thank you.
Nice. Okay.
But anyway.
So, should we maybe talk about some of those proclivities?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, we're gonna actually first raise our glasses to
Ooh, I
Neil
like
Peart.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Fuck yes.
Dude, good call.
Wait,
Neil Peart died from
Neil
Rush.
Peart died?
Yeah.
Neil Peart.
No,
Yeah.
that's how you say it.
That's how you say
Really?
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
I've been
pronounced
on-
it that
Wow.
way
We're just
himself.
American.
Yeah.
Ringing my own
What?
neck.
Yeah, no, I always said Pert.
Is it because he was Canadian?
Part?
Yeah.
Peart?
That's how he pronounced
Yeah.
it, so I don't know.
Well, everybody gets my last name wrong, so
How'd he
cheers to
die?
you, Neil.
Cancer.
Brain cancer,
Yeah,
which
okay.
I was
It
Seemed
very
like out of nowhere.
well. I mean, I get it, brain cancer, but how the hell does that happen?
I know, and
like
him.
a tumor. Was it a tumor?
Probably.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a
But
shame,
that's-
man.
It is.
He was,
Yeah.
he was a massive rock star, huge influence on music. Like it's
One of the
it's really crazy.
top 3 best drummers of all time, I would
Sure,
say.
yeah.
I feel like all the drummers say that he's one of their main influences,
Big
no
time.
matter what genre.
Yeah. It's just like and just like the signature like arrangement of his kit, you know what I mean? Like when you see
Yeah,
a kit
he has
like
to get
that,
like lifted
you
into it.
can't- you can't see a kit like that and not think about him, you know? It's really a shame. And he seemed like a good guy. He had a rough life too. Losing his wife and his daughter. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a good call.
That was.
Good call.
Yeah.
Now we'll go into this question real quick. Do you think it was an inside job?
No.
You think it really was brain cancer?
He was 67. Anything could have happened at that time.
And they were done making music too.
Well, yeah, they're final.
Were they?
Yeah, they stopped like a year ago. They had a farewell tour.
Yeah.
Yep.
So did Motley Crue.
What happened to Motley Crue?
They're still
Fuck
touring.
if I know.
That's suspicious.
Oh, fun fact. I was watching Swamp Thing from like one of the movies. Heather Locklear was it?
Swamp Thing?
Swamp Thing.
How old
It's
is that?
80s, 90s ish.
Reno? That's your
80s, 90s.
Your wheelhouse.
I
What
thought
about
it was
it?
older than that.
Now I think Heather
2019.
Locklear was in. No, they actually canceled the.
94%. Wait, 2019. I
Yeah,
thought you
they
said-
just-
No,
made
they
it.
canceled it
Oh.
though. They canceled it from what I read.
How does that have
But
a
Heather
score if they
Locklear
canceled it?
used to date one of the dudes from Motley Crue. Speaking of,
Really?
yes. Or whoever was in Swamp Thing. I think it was Heather Locklear. I'm not exactly sure. Some blonde.
That's
So, and I just remember Heather Locklear from Wayne's World 2. Heather Locklear showing, you know. But,
Who did she play?
wait, Swamp Thing 2. Because that was the first one when Dr. Arcade. And he actually talks just like this.
Swamp Thing 2? 1980.
The Return of Swamp Thing. There you go.
Swamp Thing.
Heather, yeah.
Heather I was right. Okay.
Who is she?
What?
Abby something.
Did she fuck the swamp monster? I don't understand.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
In the movie, but they don't show it.
What?
Yeah,
It just shows him getting all like
swamped up.
pretty much.
Yikes.
Real quick, can you do
No,
me
but
a
yeah,
favor?
no, go back and then type in no, not type in, you can just look at her recent spouses or whatever. One of the dudes was from Motley Crue. That was the whole point of this.
Tommy Lee, it says it
Aside.
right there.
Oh, it was Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and she had a
And
daughter
Richie
with him.
Sambora.
Well, damn, who didn't he screw?
Uh,
Didn't he?
all of us in the room.
Pamela. Well, he
What
actually.
do you mean, well?
0 for
Reno's
4
like,
here.
well.
He actually screwed our ears because I was never a big fan of Motley Crue.
I'm a fan.
I think one song.
Do me a
one
favor
song.
real quick before we go into conspiracies. Can we
Well,
watch, can we watch
see,
this?
now I know why you guys brought me on.
Can we watch this trailer for a Will Ferrell movie that's going to come out?
Sure.
It's Will Ferrell and Elaine from Seinfeld.
Oh. Okay.
Dude, it looks
Unreal.
so funny. Just put movie, it's going to be like the first one. It's the first one.
Downhill.
Yeah, dude, it looks mad funny.
Thank you. Reno. Can you do me a favor? You want a beer? One of these?
No, I don't.
Screw it. Screw it. Oh, wait.
Just been through a lot lately. My dad passed away.
8 months ago.
So we came here.
So Will Ferrell's on the ski trip with his family
The parent and the ticking gets louder.
because he lost his dad. I guess they're
I
just.
think that's a chick from Lord of the Rings. Right there. No. Bad profile.
Who, Dumbledore?
Maybe it's
No, not Dumbledore.
What?
Dumbledore.
That's not even Lord of the Rings, bro.
That was pretty funny.
There's an avalanche.
Is that okay?
yeah, it's fine.
And Will Ferrell runs instead of protecting his family.
What?
Yeah, and it slowly tears their family apart. That's the premise of the movie.
Kill us. And the kids were screaming because it felt like we were gonna die. Pete? And I look over.
Wow.
He had left his son. Pete left us.
Oh my god.
I didn't leave you there.
That's similar to the plot in
I ran to get help.
I ran to get help.
28 Days Later, right?
28 Days Later?
Doesn't something similar to that happen in the movie? It's not the main plot.
No, the 28 Weeks Later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he like runs away and his wife's like caught in the house or something, and he could have. Well, that remains to be seen.
My family
Didn't happen.
That's boom.
You have a right to be angry. It's black and white. No, it's black and white.
How old are you?
30?
There's only one thing I have to worry about right now. And that's going down.
Usually,
Obligatory Will Ferrell party scene and getting drunk, Frank the Tank.
Yep.
Frank the Tank.
Any warnings posted anywhere?
There was a warning.
Oh!
Scopeless.
Oh, it's gonna be a good movie just because he's in there.
We didn't see any of that.
You know who that is, right?
He's the dude from
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I forget what his name is. Torbrand? No, that's a Natalie.
I think he was also in the Thing
Well, that looks
remake.
funny as shit.
Well, the Thing prequel.
yeah, usually I'd be all in, but I just
Not?
no.
Why?
Will Ferrell lately has
Hanged
just
it? Has been?
You're crazy. I think he's been on point lately.
Nope. Has
I
been.
don't think so.
Wow.
I don't know about has
Well,
been. I
everyone's
wouldn't
He's
go
a
that
has
far.
been, dude.
But
I think his last
some-
good movie was Daddy's Home.
oh
2.
my god.
Wait, no,
That was
not
Daddy's
funny.
Home 2
No,
was funny.
It was
Yes.
funny.
The
It
first one
Will
was
Ferrell wasn't in.
I mean, they're
was
not.
garbage.
What you got to realize is
Oh
they're
yeah,
not
it was Mark Wahlberg. yeah.
grade A gold
No,
movies.
but
they're
what-
just sit home.
what
and
I'm
laugh
saying
your
is
ass off
I'm not
movies.
saying he's been horrible lately,
He's
but I'm
just been
saying
Will
he's been on this like pattern of like one really good one and then like 3 shitty ones. And then one
No, I
really
don't
good
know
one.
about that. You'd have to name one really good one followed by 3 shitty ones at least twice for me to agree with you.
Let's see.
Go ahead. That's eight movies.
Stranger Than Fiction was really
My
good.
favorite Will Ferrell movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
But then after that, pull up his IMDb, please. That'll help a lot because trying to pull these from memory.
Alright, these are all pre-production, so
I'm talking about recently. Just go to his
Just find fucking Stranger Than Fiction.
go to
and
his
go
filmography.
up. Come on, Jamie.
actor.
Yeah.
There we go. These are all pre-production.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
All right, go down. All right, let's
Trash.
see. No, go up.
Daddy's Home 2, I think, was
Right there.
one of the last ones.
Holmes and Watson.
With John
They
Cena.
said was
Probably
horrible.
last. It was garbage.
Yeah, I didn't watch
Absolute
it. They said it was
garbage.
horrible, but I don't know.
I tried to watch it. I couldn't get 5 minutes in, and I love him and John C. Reilly.
I saw that it got bad reviews. I didn't
So
watch it.
then go down.
watch
I
it.
bet you it'll be hilarious.
You go down. Daddy's Home 2, I thought was hilarious.
The House.
Because of Mel
The
Gibson.
House was okay.
Because of Mel Gibson. He
It
don't know
took
what it
me a
was.
couple
Shit.
watches to actually really enjoy that movie. Let's see the next one. Zoolander 2, couldn't stand it.
Yeah, that wasn't
Daddy's
good.
Home, couldn't stand
I
it.
thought that was funny.
Get Hard, couldn't stand it.
Funny, just not a good movie. They're funny though. It's Will Ferrell.
Lego
movies.
Movie,
You can say that
absolutely
about any of his
loved.
movies.
All right, so start there. That proves my theory entirely. The
No.
Lego Movie, great. Then his next movie was Get Hard, couldn't stand
In
it.
your opinion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In my
Yeah.
opinion, this is all my opinion.
Okay,
And
so
then
then
the
there's
next-
no point even saying it because I disagree.
The next movie is Daddy's Home, couldn't stand it.
What about
Okay.
Zoolander 2?
Zoolander 2, thought it was garbage. Mm-hmm. And then The House was
Had to be good.
okay.
According to your.
yeah.
It was okay.
No, that doesn't fit in your formula.
But the
so
first
you're wrong. Sorry.
But the first time I saw it, I didn't really like it. Daddy's Home 2, I thought was hilarious. And then after that, again, Holmes and Watson was horrible. So I don't know.
Yeah, but that's only 4 movies. You were
but
supposed to
just
name.
lately he hasn't been
You were
on the
supposed-
mark that he was. It's not
You were
like
supposed to
when
name 8.
it's not like when he came out with Talladega Nights and then Step
All
Brothers
those in a
and
row were really good.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. He built such a high standard for himself that
Anchorman.
yeah, Anchorman 2.
Anchorman 2 was okay.
It was okay.
Wasn't he in
The only good scene was the fight scene. That's it.
Or when he went blind and he was living in the
Well, he was just in
the White
fucking
House, that was pretty
Galifianakis' movie. I thought that was pretty
Between
funny.
Two Ferns.
The
I wanna
movie.
see that.
I
He
didn't
played
see
a
it.
hilarious character.
Yeah, those
He didn't play
shorts are really
himself?
funny.
No, he played like this fucking douche. Well, that's pretty funny.
You mean
You'll
himself?
See it. You'll see it.
I heard he was a douche in real life.
Really? I guess I could see that.
Dude, I used to work
With Will
in
Ferrell?
Atlantic City. No. And I
beat
heard
me to
about
it.
all these freaking celebrities.
Yeah.
All of them. Because they've all been
I
down
guess
there.
that sounds surprising.
Yeah. Well, not all of them are douchebags. I heard Ben Affleck was actually a really nice guy. That's about it.
What's this about?
I have no idea.
High
Trying to give-
level.
I'm trying to give Reno a symbol for the next talking point without having to say it out loud,
Oh, interesting.
It ain't happening.
For the listeners, Dillon is holding his notepad
which happens to be.
parallel to the floor.
But what does it happen to be?
It's
A notepad?
flat. Ah.
There you go.
Too early. Too early.
No,
You guys want a good podcast, it's way too early.
It's not too early.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay, and then what do you feel like?
It's something
let's
on
talk
that.
about
In
something
fact,
else.
you guys are going to have to figure out something in the next 30 seconds because I will be right back.
Alrighty.
I will be 30 seconds. Okay?
All right,
All right.
that's fine.
But not that. We'll
Yeah,
get
sure.
into that.
No problem.
You set a timer.
Wait, how do you?
I'm coming right back, dog.
Well, you got about
Okay.
27 seconds, so continue. What are you gonna bring up?
25?
I don't care.
All right.
That was
Well,
really fast.
That was a complete lie.
That was 10 seconds.
It's 10 seconds.
Oh shit.
All right. Well, so go ahead. You.
Well, let's
guys
see. You're the
wanna-
grandfather of conspiracies. So
No,
what do
I'm
you
not
think
the
is a hot, what do
grandfather.
you think is a hot topic right now? Like, what do you think is? Just help me out. I don't know much.
Jeffrey
so.
Epstein didn't kill himself?
Okay. Well, do you think
That's
that
a
he
good
didn't
start.
kill himself?
No.
You
I
don't?
actually personally believe he's still alive. Personally.
Really?
Nobody else? Yeah.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that conspiracy though is I feel like a lot of people believe that. People that don't even
That he's not dead?
subscribe
Or
to
that he didn't
that
kill
he didn't kill himself. A lot of people that even like don't subscribe to any conspiracies whatsoever. I feel like
Look.
agree with that.
Every facet of our lives has to do with conspiracy. Even our own parents have conspiracies. Why are we less of people that think that the government doesn't commit atrocities all the time, which they do? So, and especially when they're trying to cover their well, I already cursed, but covering their asses.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
know,
can
I mean,
swear,
I
it's
know
fine.
people are gonna be listening to it, but
Yeah.
I'll try and keep it kosher.
It's not a big deal. You can swear. It's fine.
But
Say whatever the fuck you
yeah,
want.
Speaking of kosher, thoughts on the Jews?
I'm not getting into that.
Excuse me.
Not right now.
All right,
Maybe
we'll
a
save that.
segue.
Yeah, we'll save that for a little bit. I'll write
Are
it down.
we
Well, go ahead. No.
are we diving down that Epstein?
Yeah, let's
hole?
go.
Yeah.
I want to hear more.
Well,
Yeah, that's
look,
what he-
because
that's what he
dude,
brought
the other thing, I already know what you guys think, what I think, but it's not the truth. So we'll get into that.
What is that?
I'm not going to get into that.
No, I
Okay,
really don't know
wait,
what
so
you're
we're not
talking
getting into that right now?
Not right now. We
Okay.
will. We
I was
will.
gonna ask you a question.
How long do you guys have? How
We don't have a time frame.
this
Reno
is
usually
this is
has
Jr.
something-
Ree. I need to have a time frame.
Reno usually has something to do Sundays, but tonight he doesn't. So according to Mike, it's up to Mike. We're in
Okay.
space. So
I don't have anything to do. I like to try and keep the podcast in a reasonable amount. We've
I'd say a
Yeah,
couple hours.
yeah.
How long have you guys been going?
about 1.5, but we can go 2.5
I
today.
think-
I think with a guest,
I
it's
think we
fine.
shouldn't go more than 2.
We'll see. We'll see where we are.
See how Dylan does that?
Well, he's not wrong because what the Edward Snowden
Let's
podcast
just
was
not worry about
2.5 hours long, I
Yeah,
think.
let's just not even think about
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Let's
not
just
going
roll.
to.
Let's just roll.
All
But
right.
I had a question for you.
Let's hear it.
You know,
Boobies? Is that what that says?
Yeah, no, it just says boobs.
Oh, okay.
Boobs? I love boobs.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm the
do you
biggest
mean?
boob fan ever.
Okay.
You guys all heard the story.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you came like when everybody was leaving.
Where? To what?
Grandmom's house
Christmas?
for Christmas. Yeah.
Oh wow. There was a
This-
booby
this-
story Christmas. Okay.
Tell
I just
tell
all
us
right.
the
So
boob story.
Oh god.
all right. No, this I'm not going to tell you about Christmas, but so I went to my stepsister's.
I don't like
wedding.
it.
Okay.
No,
Well,
I'm
hold
just
on.
kidding.
Wait. Okay. So
We'll just beat that out.
okay.
Put a sound effect. Another fart.
Which is the same thing. Anyway, so went to my stepsister's wedding and got an Uber there with my aunt and uncle, my dad's side, and phew, it's Gordon Ramsay's coming out, bro. Anyway, so we're all drinking. We're there for like an hour and a half, and everybody's splashing, everybody's dancing, blah blah blah. And I kind of make a semi-toast. Where
In front
I
of
raise my
everybody?
glass.
How many
Yes,
people?
At least 100.
100 people?
I
At least
thought it was
100
to your
people.
table.
No, I was like yelling.
Jesus Christ, I like
So
this.
I went like this. I went like
And this is your stepsister.
my stepsister's
Okay.
wedding, yes. And I raised my glass and I said, I love boobies.
Really?
And I
Were
said,
there
yes,
children at the wedding?
probably. I don't care. Well, they're at a wedding with a whole bunch of drunks. What the hell?
And what happened after that? Did people laugh?
No,
Walk
it's
around
not
with
done.
boobs
It
out.
ain't done.
Oh, it's not done?
No. I said, I love boobies. I was like, I love Joanna's boobies. And Uncle Scott loves Aunt Karen's boobies. My dad loves Donna's boobies. And I was like, and everybody's just like dying. And I'm just like,
And what was going through your mind when you were saying?
And so the next day, Carrie and I, because Carrie was there, him and I take Grandmom to Red Robin for lunch, and we tell her, well, Joanna tells Grandmom the story, and then Christmas Day, Grandmom's like, oh, I can't wait to see her face, and she got me a whole bunch of booby paraphernalia.
Oh, that's why you said Jared had booby presents for Christmas.
Yeah.
I did have booby present. Yo, it was hilarious though because Grandma was so excited to take pictures of me opening up booby presents.
Oh man.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that is I didn't know that you. I thought it was like a little announcement you made to like 10 people. I didn't know you like addressed
it was.
everyone.
I was pretty loud. I was like,
Did you have a microphone or were you just yelling?
No, I was yelling.
No, Jared got a microphone from
Makes it
somewhere.
even-
No,
it
I
makes it
didn't,
Even,
no.
even funnier that you didn't have a microphone.
I didn't. Nah, but everybody heard me.
That's amazing.
Was that your actual question for him?
No, it was.
Boobs.
That was a nice. That was a nice little,
Segue?
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't.
Nice little tangent.
Because yeah, it was a good tangent.
There
That's
you go.
nothing-
Well, you wrote boobs.
I did. Yeah.
Well then,
Okay. I know where your mind's at.
Well,
what was your question?
my question was,
Wait,
whether
hold on. Okay, yeah, we got a question from a listener.
No, we don't.
I'm
we
just
were
fucking
still
with you.
we don't-
It's Mike.
We don't have that technology.
not yet. Not Jesse Lee Peterson type stuff.
We only had $20 for the budget. And we spent that in the first episode. We won't get into that.
What did we spend it on?
Things.
Let's,
Go ahead.
Things and stuff.
Brewski.
What was your question?
And
though?
pizza.
My question
Jellies?
was.
It has to. Hey, we completely went off topic with the Jeffrey Epstein, so let's get back to that really quick. It is a nice.
Right after Mike's question.
Well, yeah, it's kind of in that vein.
Okay.
I was going to ask you about. So, you subscribe to a number of conspiracies, right? Is that
No.
safe to say? No.
No. Just because I listen to it and I think, that it has some credence to it, doesn't mean I exactly believe it. What you have to do is look into it from numerous sources.
That makes sense.
And you have to, deduce what sounds right and what sounds wrong.
You're saying you
And-
can't just immediately dismiss something. You have to at least look
Exactly,
into
and that's what a lot of people do anymore,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But there are definite conspiracies out there, and
Are
unfortunately...
there are none that you're like kind of like you have a foot in that door, like, you know what I mean? Because my main question was there anything that you got like your perspective or point of view changed on it, like maybe a conspiracy that you
it. Like if you believed in aliens, then all of a sudden you don't.
I
did believe in aliens.
Something that
and
like,
then now I don't.
Okay,
Well, there you
that's
go,
exactly
perfect.
that's exactly
Nice.
what I'm talking about. Can you talk about like?
So, and that's it. I mean, but that's
We
just...
used to almost, well, not almost.
I've
we used to
seen
think we saw aliens
quote-unquote
1,000 times.
UFO.
Yeah.
And we've all seen UFOs, but who's to say it's aliens? It could be the government working on experimental reverse engineering aircraft. You have no idea. And until you like see little
Wait,
green
so-
men, go ahead.
So if they're reverse engineering these aircraft, what are they reverse engineering them
That was
from?
gonna be my question.
Very, very easy. Back in the, actually, I think the 30s and the 40s, when Hitler was experimenting with his rockets, stuff like that, he was also, doing, and he was very into the occult, by the way.
Yeah, I've heard time machines and such like that. were
I didn't really hear about the
potentially
time
being
machines.
worked on by the
Bell-shaped
No, but
saucers.
I've heard of some outlandish
But-
type of things the Nazis could potentially have been working on. I'm
Well,
not too familiar with the
It was pretty much
exacts of it, but-
anti-gravity vehicles,
Okay.
and there was actually a blueprint from GE.
General
I think
Electric.
back in the 50s. Yes. Sorry.
Sure, it's not
thank you.
Nice work.
German.
Yeah, no,
electric?
really. Yeah, like, a lot of people would be like, "Who is GE?" Because a lot of people don't know. So that's good.
A lot of people are fucking idiots.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
pretty bad.
No, you're right. But there was an experimental aircraft back in the 50s that was worked on by GE, and that was
A dishwasher.
due.
Just kidding.
That was due to actually what I believe from all the research I've done is property of the Nazi scientists that we took over from Germany after World War II and Operation Paperclip.
Paperclip, I knew it. Yeah.
So, well, that's just it. All everything leads into each other or into itself. So, I don't know. I actually don't know into each other or into itself because it's all one organism, really. What we all believe to be the truth is never the truth of what we're told mainstream
No,
wise.
there's no way you have the full story. Even if you have
Oh,
some
of course
details
not,
that are
because,
actual
A-
fact, there's no way that you know every detail.
No, and you know what? The funniest thing is when we were playing poker over at Dillon's, and LB and I were getting into the whole. When I first
yeah,
started,
yeah. I
when
have
I
memos
first
of that.
started
In my other
into
house?
the yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have
When
voice
I
memos of
first
this.
started into the whole flat Earth thing, you guys want me to get into later. I the first thing I said to him was, "Okay, well, how do you know? Oh, I work on the drones and blah blah blah." I'm like, "All right, dude, but you're compartmentalized. They tell you what you need to know. Just because you're working on this thing, and are you gonna watch this thing go 100 miles up, at least 100 miles up? That's what you actually have to do to see the curve, blah blah. But that's what I'm saying. Everything is compartmentalized. Not one person will know everything, and the only people that do are groups of people that confer with each other, and they
Share what they know.
well, not only that, they produce an agenda of what they want to see, and that's
So then it sounds like you're saying that a collective knowledge is far superior to a solitary knowledge. So one single
But it has
solitary
to be.
person's. But
It
at
has
the
to be.
same time, it
look at
also
the Manhattan
sounds.
Project.
No, I would agree, but at the same time, it also seems to me like you're saying that you can't really trust people.
Oh,
So-
without a doubt.
So what? I don't know. It just seems kind of contradictory.
Well, how? How so? You didn't really explain yourself.
What is your weeding out? What is your vetting process for what groups of people that you do trust and what groups of people that you don't?
That's actually the toughest question. I still
was gonna
haven't done
ask a
that.
similar question.
I still haven't done that, and honestly, because you and I, well, us, as this group, we can all agree to disagree on certain subjects and aspects of whatever we talk about today. But can I trust you with my life? Hell no. The only person I trust with my own life is myself. And that's what anybody should do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you trust your mother and your father? Yeah, to a certain extent. Can you trust everybody in your family? To a certain extent.
No.
To a certain extent. So,
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
You hear that, Aunt
No,
Jean?
I-
You hear that?
yeah. You're like, "Jared!"
Well, I would agree with you.
So, but wait, it's a little deeper than that, because these two already know me. You don't. You and I
I'm getting
really
to
hardly
know you. Yeah.
Well, yeah, hardly spoke about this stuff.
Can we talk about like? Have you
Well,
met
dude, this
before
is
today?
so scatterbrained right now.
No, it's
That's
fine.
there's
we-
not
No, but
really
I
a
think this is. I
format.
think this is.
It
kind
doesn't
of
matter.
important,
That's just
though.
how it is. We just talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it's important for anyone listening to it, and even
understand
for
the
us
relationship.
listening back, because we're cousins. We have a pretty good idea. Everyone has a good idea of our relationship. We're cousins. We
Mike
hang
and
out.
I,
We-
Well,
Jared and
us
I,
three
Jared
and
and
Reno.
Mike.
But
I've
that-
known
but what
Reno
I'm saying
for
is-
10 years at least.
Oh, that's what I'm asking. So
Yeah,
you
I
guys
met
have
him
met each other.
same way I
before.
met
Yeah.
you through Dillon.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys ever participated in a discussion like this?
Over
Like, you-
poker.
Kind of.
Yeah?
Yeah, over poker,
Over
and,
poker.
and then
I'm
we're
just-
like, all right, focus on this hand. yo, it's your turn, son. Come
Yeah.
on.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
shit
No, I
like
was just,
that.
I was just for myself and for anyone listening. I was just trying to like get an idea of how how much you guys have communicated about stuff like this or in general.
Well, and that's a problem because honestly, it took me. And my journey into all this started in like 2008, right before I graduated college, because that's when I saw the UFO.
Oh, okay.
And
The blue triangle?
I know exactly what it was, but that's after I actually didn't figure it out for like 3 or 4 years. But the
It was
initial
an airplane.
No, it was not an airplane. It was actually, you can look it up right
It
now.
was the moon.
No, look it up right now. Type in Project Hypersoar.
Hyper sword?
Hypersoar. No, not sword. Soar. SOAR.
Not like blood sore.
Hypersoar. Sorry, I have like a
Why
strong
did I spell
S.
project like that?
Now go to images if
Sounds
you
like
want.
a bad case of herpes.
Ooh, error page not found. How conspiratorial.
Nope, there you go. That's what I saw. And the only thing, believe it or not, because my memory's decent, it's not the best.
So, just to clarify
But hold
for
on.
anybody listening, it is an aircraft
Oh,
that...
yeah.
Go back to the top, Mike. What are you doing? It's an aircraft that almost looks like just
A
the
diamond
wing.
shape. I always said it was
looks
diamond
almost
shaped.
like... It is very diamond shaped, but it looks like they took the wing of a larger aircraft and just...
You know what it almost exactly looks like? Have you ever played Star Fox?
Yeah.
It looks like...
Yeah, it kind of looks like Star Fox ship a
It
little bit.
doesn't look like the
These are
Millennium Falcon.
computer
not
generated
their main
pictures,
ship.
though.
Yeah, but honest, dude, that's what I saw. And this aircraft can reach anywhere in the world in under 2 hours. What it does is it goes up and down, like kind of like how a snake
Or a
goes
dolphin.
up, but
The serpentine
or yeah,
motion?
actually perfect like a dolphin. Yeah, snake does this like sideways.
Yeah.
But this goes like this. And believe it or not, dude, that I don't know why it took me so long, but I remembered it. Like 5th grade, Miss Affioti's class, Sacred Heart, whatever. I remember reading a Popular Mechanics or Popular Science or something magazine, like
And you
during
saw it in
recess. No, it was on the front page. It was called Hypersoar, and
It's such a bug out.
the
How,
big-
how long after you saw it was this?
a few years because
so
I
crazy.
was scared as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I
think I remember when
Brittany
you
and
saw
I were
You were at the
going.
gas station.
We were going to the Gulf
Vineland, yeah.
on East Vineland, Lincoln and
I think I met
Landis.
up with you right after you saw it.
Yeah, and the only reason why I didn't think I was going crazy is because I went in there, and I went in there screaming, "Yo, I just saw you!" And to the guy, and the guy's like, "What the?" Like, you know, of course, anybody coming in screaming is like, "This guy's crazy." Well, I take him outside, and I'm showing him exactly where I saw it, the trajectory of the aircraft. It was going north on Lincoln. Well, I don't know if you guys know. I don't really want to use names.
Don't use
It's kind of
names.
weird.
You can use a name, it's fine.
Well, all right. This guy
Who
that I
cares?
think we all maybe
It's no
after the
one
podcast.
famous. Who cares?
Well, I'm only using family names so far. Except
you're
for
not-
Miss
are you
Affioti
Are you
in
gonna,
it's
are you gonna
5th
talk
grade.
shit on him?
No.
Oh, then you're fine. You're not
Yeah.
defamating anyone's character.
Well, I'm not defaming. Well,
Not
he
defamating.
This guy Steve, let's say, he pulled
Steve?
in. No, I can't tell you. He pulled in as I was showing the guy where I saw it, and he said, "Bro, you saw that shit too?" And I knew right then and there I wasn't crazy. But then after that is when I was like, "Why isn't the government?" And that started my journey, and then
All right, so that
just looking into so much other things and
That-
how everything.
That
you know,
perfectly leads me back into my question. So you see this mysterious aircraft.
Well, it's not mysterious now. I know.
Well,
what it
not
was.
now, but
At
at
the
the time, you see this mysterious aircraft. You're not sure what it is, so you're under the, well, not under the impression. It's an unidentified flying
It's a
object to you.
UFO,
Yeah,
yeah.
You don't know what it is at this point. So you then proceed to go look up information to help you figure that out. Correct?
Yeah, but initially I was like alien and government conspiracies, and that's initially what I looked up, and I remember it. And then I started getting into politics more because the only reason why the government can and would hide shit like this is because of politics. Because I need to get voted.
So now
in
I'm
again,
sure
I
when
have to
you
do that.
when you found this information, you had both ends of the spectrum. Correct? You had
as in what?
you had people saying what you later come to find out to be true was that it was a government aircraft and they're saying this and that, and in all actuality it's this. Correct? That's what you found to be.
Well, no, because what I explained before I remembered what this was, a lot of people don't even know. Did you guys know about this before I showed you?
No, but I think what Reno's getting at is the source of the information from which you derived what the thing was. Why would you trust that?
Yeah, what made that source
It's because
reliable?
you need 100 stories before you can believe one. And that's actually kind
but
of
out of the
going.
100, how do you know which is the one?
Put it together.
I think he's
put
saying
it
like
together.
it's 100 versions of the same story, or like all the facts.
And you have to put it
100
together.
Different stories.
Well, it's like religion. There's numbers of different
Essentially.
religions out there.
Essentially.
And
Yeah.
I don't know actually if you're religious at all. Are you?
Me? Yes.
And which religion do
I
you
believe God. I'm a Christian, but
Christian?
I'm not a born again
and,
Christian.
And why Christian? Were you born into it? Were your parents Christian?
I was born Catholic, but I don't
Catholic.
I don't abide by the whole Catholic religion.
I
anymore.
understand. I went to Sacred Heart High School.
There you go.
Like the boys and stuff.
Yeah. So.
Oh wait, The Boys, the Amazon original
No,
series.
the little
okay.
So obviously,
No.
obviously you've done your research on different religions.
Well, like I said, it would take a podcast of 15 hours or so for me to go exactly what I've researched. I'm not even going to say what I know anymore because I realize the
feel
trap
like
I'm
it's less
setting for myself.
reliable?
No, the trap I'm setting for myself. When I say I know something, I don't really know it because you have to be.
Well, that's the
in
problem.
that.
Nowadays, fact isn't fact. Everybody.
Oh, the fact
It's
is fact
far-
nowadays,
well,
but there's
not-
opinion and then fact.
Yeah, exactly. And people are more inclined to believe their opinion over fact. That's just how it is nowadays.
Yes.
But my point is, even when it comes to something as broad as religion and well known as that, you had to have looked through your information that was presented to you and decided one day that you more closely believe the Christian mythology.
I've always said this to myself, and I'll never ever, veer from it. We as human beings, we're too perfect in this world of chaos. Every other animal species, if you will, on this planet and if you believe in evolution and all that other stuff, we can go in for, like I said, for hours. If you believe in evolution, there's certain species that are closely resembled to us, but there's no link. They say they found the link. What is it, the Neanderthal? Okay. All right, well, along the lines of these evolutions, why are monkeys still monkeys? Why aren't they some type of humanoid? Well, not human. They are humanoid, but they don't have voice boxes. Like, they can make sounds, but they can't speak. They don't have rational thought. We are the only.
Well, what do
They
you?
have rational thought, though.
Yeah.
If
They
you
do.
can- if
They
you can
just
put
discovered.
together-
You look it up.
They
They
have
just
problem
discovered.
solving.
They have
They just
logistical.
discovered that the chimps are just entering their stone.
That's
their
exactly what I
Stone
was about
Age
to
right
bring
now.
up. What are your thoughts on
That's-
that?
Is that how
That's-
they worded it?
Yeah, look, it's either Stone Age.
I've
or
actually
That's-
seen a
Bronze
video
Age.
of one
Stone Age.
capuchin monkey, or I think it was capuchin, or what's the other funny sounding?
Jarfunkel.
No.
That's right. No, he's right.
No, he is
I
right.
just saw
I
one
never did
monkey giving CPR to another monkey.
That's
There you
crazy.
go.
Yeah, like it repeated the same actions, not CPR as we know it, but it repeated the same actions over and over again until the monkey that was clearly dead, it was shocked by power lines, just woke up and snapped out of it.
Okay, so what does that have to do with rational thought?
They have entered the Stone
Because they
Age.
use tools. A lot of
Yeah.
animals
because
use
I
tools.
think
No, it says they have developed a culture that makes routine use of stone. It's not just they use
That's
it
what I'm
once
saying.
or twice.
It
It's
knew
they,
that
every day
these
they have a purpose,
actions
they know.
that it was doing was going to lead to this monkey
Yeah, it wasn't
possibly
just
being
circumstantial.
resuscitated.
I think
it wasn't a
the
coincidence.
difference- I think the difference is this isn't
It's not circumstantial.
instinctual. Is that the word? It's not instinct that's making them use these tools.
I believe it could be.
I think that it's
You look
more
at the Indian
on that
population of
spectrum,
these monkeys.
I think that it's more on the side that's pointing.
No,
to
but
rational
what Jared
Like an
but,
evolution or
but what
a-
Jared
Well,
is saying
let him finish
is
and then-
very rational though, because think about it. What do you know? Like, what is the biggest thing that you hear as a kid about monkeys? It's a little rhyme: monkey see, monkey do, right?
Yeah.
How
no
do
more
we
monkeys
know?
jumping on the bed.
How do we?
Well,
One
not just that. Not
Yeah.
just that. That's a good one though.
But how do we
Because-
know that they're not just copying us still?
Even if they are,
there's actually
that still says,
what
that still
Oh,
says
look at
something,
the
though.
does that
orangutan.
mean-
No,
Look at the
stop.
orangutan that spearfishes.
Stop. What origin
But
is this
that-
monkey?
I guarantee-
From what country? What?
It probably
continent?
comes from the Amazon.
Rainforest of
See,
West Africa.
so
Well,
there
hold
are
on.
tribes
It's not
out
the
there.
Amazon. The Amazon's in South Africa or South
beaches,
America.
and the beaches.
But
they're
either
all
way,
different
there are
places.
tribes.
Okay.
If you look it up, there are tribes in both of those regions that spearfish. The monkey could just be copying
Yeah,
what
but
it sees.
okay. So my problem with that is, what's the problem with? That's still a rational thought, though.
Exactly.
To copy and use. So that's like
not really a rational thought. It's like saying a
hold on
dog
1 second. Say you have a goal
kicks
to
their-
accomplish
kicks
something,
dirt
right?
over their poop.
You have a goal to accomplish something. You see someone else doing it a better way. You're not
Exactly.
going to rationally think, well, that's a better way that'll save me time and it's more efficient, so I'll do it that way. That's
I
a
agree
rational
with that
thought. Whether you're
completely.
copying them or not, you have the ability to be
Well,
like, I'm
if
gonna
you're-
copy.
if
look
you're-
at otters.
I think this is.
Otters
I'm
use
not-
rocks
I'm not-
to
Jared,
crush
this
open-
is the difference. When you're copying just
I'm
the
here to
copy,
learn. I'm not going to say no to all your arguments or debates.
I'm saying
not.
I'm saying if you see a clear goal and you're worrying about efficiency, then that's different than just copying to do something like you mentioned a dog,
Like a baby would do or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
they
just a
might
copy,
not know
like
what
an
they're doing.
imitation.
They're just a baby's a great example. You say a word and the baby says the word.
Or you do a
They're not-
face and they do the face.
That's
Okay.
But that was my point of my question.
all right. Well,
because
see this. Go
here-
ahead. Go ahead.
here's why I asked it. Because to me, there's a difference between a rat in a maze and a lab being tested on that eventually learns the right way to get this cheese, as opposed to a rat in nature that will work its way through obstacles to get into your house and get the cheese. You know what I'm saying? They're both learning, but one is being
That's
taught.
instinctual. That's how rats get into your house in the first place.
Well, but yeah, they're just
They
looking-
burrow
So
we
these
all
monkeys out in the
know that
Amazon,
a rat would eat through this.
even
to get
though they're
away
copying
from-
humans,
Sorry.
they're doing it on their own. Do you think that makes a difference?
What?
As opposed to, so there's chimpanzees and monkeys that can learn sign language,
Okay.
but they have to be taught it. Do you think that makes it any less impressive as
No,
to
because we have
that's
to
not
learn
what-
things too.
if a chimpanzee went out and just in nature learned sign language on its own?
That would be really impressive.
Yeah.
But do you think it means it's any less intelligent or capable if it had to be taught?
You
That's
can be
not what you're
intelligent,
comparing
but it's
apples
not
to oranges.
rationalization.
I
I'm,
agree with
I'm
Dillon.
not saying that.
Rationalization, gentlemen, is the main point of
Whoops!
what?
I'm not saying that. So if a fucking monkey wants to use a tool to do something better, then that's using a rational thought. If a monkey is imitating sign language, that's not.
Yeah,
them.
they
There's
can't.
something
They
different.
can do
That's
that.
not the same thing.
They don't justify it. They just know they need to do it.
Well, yeah, I guess they can't.
It's an animal behavior. So then this is what I was going to say before you even look this up.
So just
Hey, they don't know the difference of right
read the
and wrong.
definition.
They
real
can't.
quick.
They can't communicate. It doesn't mean they don't know.
No, they don't
That
know right from
rationalization,
wrong. They don't.
the action of
You know that
attempting
deep
to
down.
explain or justify behavior or an attitude with logical reasoning, even if these are not appropriate. Most people are prone to self-deceptive rationalization.
So you don't even have to be right about what you're doing. You just so that's like an insane person trying to say, you know, I did this because it made sense,
Yeah.
and all their friends and family are like,
irrational.
No. But it's still a rationalization. It's not the right. That's what this last.
Well, then-
part
then I'm
means.
using the
That
wrong
It doesn't have
word.
to be appropriate. But
what-
that's not even part of the argument. I think this is the wait. Where is it? This is the biggest part of that discussion, in my opinion. They can't justify it because they can't communicate it. They might have the ability to justify their behavior.
Where does
but
it
they
say
can't
anything
tell
about
you.
communicating in there?
Because
the action-
they can't. How does a monkey justify to you that they're being rational and using a tool?
They
How
don't
do tell
justify
you
it to
that?
us. They can't because they don't have a voice
That's
box.
what I'm saying.
And
That's the
they're
biggest thing to
justifying
look
it
at.
because, hey, oh man, this rock, it's gonna break open this acorn really quick.
But this is my argument.
You know?
I'm not saying that they are unable to justify it. They can't justify it to us. They can't communicate the justification.
No other species on
And
this
that's-
planet can
and
do
that-
what we're doing right now.
That's my point.
Dolphins can.
So you can draw a conclusion that there's a rational reason why they're
That's what I'm
doing
saying.
that.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing as they're actually being
I don't know.
irrational?
No,
We're
I-
rationalizing
I
it
think-
as
I
human
feel it.
beings.
I think that's a good
I
argument.
think it's
I don't
common
know.
sense. I don't even remember why we're even arguing this.
What's common sense?
Well, I'm not
The fact
arguing. I'm
that-
trying to understand exactly.
I just think that if the chimpanzees have entered the Stone Age, then there's obviously some sort of thought
Okay,
process.
but my question
Well,
is,
that's coming from a human being who has an agenda to say they.
No, it's just coming from someone that can watch a fucking monkey crack open
they've
something with a
used
tool or
stones
use a hammer.
probably
It's
for
just a
1,000
rational thought.
years.
It's
They could
impressive.
have used their fucking hand, but instead they were like, "Oh,
or
that
they could have
hurts.
just
I'm gonna use
been
a
like,
fucking
"Fuck,
hammer."
I gotta go find something else to eat."
Yeah.
Hey, these animals, just because we have the internet, they could have been doing this for 1,000 years. Who is going to be there to document it?
But my
or actually
point
say
is-
that?
We've been here since X amount of years and we've never seen them do it. So whether or not we can
I'm not
have
even
visual
gonna
And
start
proof,
to get into
that's
how
my
long we've
question
been here,
for
'cause
you.
That's
There was
unknowable.
no species before us to reach the Stone Age, to civilize the way that we have, whereas the monkeys have seen us do
Something
this.
to base it on.
Yeah. Do you personally find that less impressive, or
I just don't understand the question. I don't even want to entertain it.
Well, why
I
not?
feel like we're just saying the same thing over and over again. Let's just agree to
I think that's-
disagree.
There's something to come from.
well, I
it.
don't disagree with you. I'm just asking your opinion.
And I don't understand what your question
He's
is.
saying
Again, I said that
he's
3 or
saying
4 times so far.
That the actual Stone Age had nothing to base these innovations on, but the monkeys entering the Stone Age have
Now.
something that they can copy or learn from. He's asking,
And they're
is it
actually
less-
being taught these
Is
things
it less
too.
impressive to me? No. That's my answer.
I think I agree with that.
I think the answer is no. And that's just it.
I think
Okay.
I agree with that. I think that's, I don't know, I think that's a really interesting topic. I didn't know that. When did this come out?
2015.
Oh shit. we're in the fucking Stone Age.
Welcome.
Yeah, and also look at that BBC Earth, BBC. You're really gonna believe BBC?
Why not?
I don't know.
Yeah, dude,
that
Did
Big-
you guys see the
big
new
black cocks
Dracula
aren't
from
that
BBC?
reliable.
No.
what are you
British
talking about?
Broadcasting Channel or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, but wait, what you said?
You heard me.
Dracula?
Dracula.
Dracula?
They just made it on Netflix and BBC helped produce
show?
Yeah, dude, Count
Joe.
Dracula.
Count Chocula?
it.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
so we
God.
can't.
Oh, dude, I'm trying. Look, come on, man.
That's-
Look, I watch National Geographic and BBC stuff, Planet Earth, and all that stuff on Netflix. I watch it, but they have an agenda too.
You find that
This evolutionary theory only works if you get the money to research it. And who do they get the money from? The government. All of it. All of it. Hey, I have an agenda. Hey, Reno, I want you to get me that beer.
Uh-huh.
Okay, give me a beer. What are you gonna do for that? Well, what would I have to give you to get me that beer? $20? $100?
mobility scooter.
Or
Well, you
one of
can't
those.
walk.
No, I can. I just don't want
But
to.
that's my point.
But that's the problem.
That's my
New
point.
Yeah.
podcast equipment.
In order,
Yeah.
in order,
I should have thought.
or
of that.
a fridge in here. Yeah.
That's a
But no.
filing cabinet.
Yeah, I
could turn that into a fridge.
I went like this.
That'd be pretty
Pimp
fucking
my
cool,
filing
actually.
cabinet.
Yo, we know you like bowling, so we put a bowling alley in your refrigerator.
cabinet. Oh, shit.
No, but I get you. Kind of like supply and demand, sort of.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
Blind man film it.
No, agendas are different for every person. But like we were talking about, like you said, a group compared to an individual, a group's agenda is stronger than an individual's agenda.
So it sounds
And
like
that's why we're all seeing what's going on now.
it sounds like to me that
seems logical.
what you're saying is that you base the information that you believe on what group you more closely
There's
Spit it
not
out.
one group-
side with.
There's not one group that I side
No, but I'm
with.
saying like
that's the
you
worst
don't
part about
you
it.
don't agree with the BBC's agenda, obviously. So you find
or
find
MSNBC or CNN or Fox.
so you
News, any of
find
them.
most of what they say to be incredible because you don't agree with their
It's not
agenda.
that it's incredible. Look, they can show me coral and they can show me a sea anemones or a sea cucumber jizzing itself, and I'd believe it because it's actual photographic evidence of it doing it. But for them to say, "Oh, this sea cucumber's been here for 1,000,000 years," motherfucker, how do you know that? Carbon dating,
I guess
son,
I see
get
what
out
you're
of here.
saying. Yeah.
So, dude, so them adding that in there, that is pushing propaganda and an agenda for you to believe in as something that really might not be the truth.
So that more people believe that there are old sea cucumbers out there.
it doesn't matter
Alright.
what the agenda
Well,
is.
hey,
No, I get what you're saying.
In a comedic,
I know what you mean.
aspect, yes.
Let's
Yeah,
not talk over each other.
But see, a lot of this comes from just we have 3 or 4 different Pepsis and Coke on the news. Maybe 5. You know what I mean? You're drinking
What do you
Pepsi and
mean?
Coke. They're both the same. One's a little more sugary, blah, blah, blah. One's a little less.
One's
It's-
cherry or vanilla. Or
Well,
orange.
That's on the same brand, though. That's on the same brand.
Okay.
So
Fine, then
look,
one's like a
and
ShopRite
guess what?
brand.
You're still buying. Yeah. Well, those are the knockoffs. What you see on here, the people that just produce what Fox News just said, and then they're like, "Oh, I came up with this." They didn't.
We've been
So,
going for almost 2 hours.
No.
Oh.
The one is deceiving.
Oh,
We're
okay.
good.
so essentially, that's all I'm trying to say is for us to really move past what we think we know. We have to keep looking, and that's why I want to listen to you guys. I haven't been trying to cut you guys off.
No, you're fine.
No, I don't want to cut you guys off because I'm in a learning process. No human stops learning until they die.
Agreed.
So,
I like that.
and then no, they don't. And
No, I like
and
that.
for me to say that, you
The
know,
minute
oh,
that
I
you
know
learn-
it all, but
minute that
and
you
without
think
even
you know it
talking
all,
about
you
the
stop
flat
learning.
Earth, what you guys want me to talk to is the fact of the matter is we don't, unless we have our own rocket ship or a rocket
Yeah,
to
none
go
of
up
us
there.
have the facts, but let's just
No,
feel
we don't
like
have
like
the
fake,
money, and we don't have
to
we
run
don't have
facts what
the
they're
license.
experiments.
And that's my point. We're never gonna have that money, more than likely, to get our own rocket ship and go
Yeah.
up there. We're not gonna have the training. But you clearly believe one side
It's
over the
speculate,
other,
yeah,
correct?
It's just speculation.
Hey.
Let's speculate.
Well,
That's what we're here for.
everybody's
Not
heard
to-
this.
No,
we're
no,
not
no,
here to,
I know.
We're not here to
Hold on,
say,
hold
you know what, no one's got the facts, we don't know, and that's the end of the
Yeah,
No,
podcast.
no, no, no,
yeah,
no.
We're here to
No,
talk
there's
fucking some crazy
stipulations.
shit.
There's stipulations, and there's also
I know, but do you get what I'm saying, though? Do you understand? I'm saying, like, we're here to have some sort of conversation. We can't just be
no
like, well, you
shit.
know what,
You can't
no
throw
one,
your hands
no
up.
one knows,
Yeah.
so that's it,
all right,
guys.
essentially.
No, but there are going to be people out there listening who are going to wonder and hopefully be open-minded to hear his point of view. So it's probably best to get them the understanding, because whether or not I agree with Jared's point of views on these things,
I'm so interested.
there
to hear
might
it,
be
though.
people who can be persuaded to believe that,
I'm
whether
not
I
trying to
disagree
persuade
or not.
anybody.
No, I understand that, but
Yeah, that's not what we're saying.
You might say something
I know.
that someone needs to hear.
I think what's more important is your way of thinking and the
Exactly.
way that you
Okay.
you get to your,
That's what I'm trying to get
your,
to.
your
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 3
I'll make
versus
this
1.
podcast
Listen to
another
what
30
you say.
seconds. There's too many discrepancies in what we've been told to believe since we've been born. And that's
Sure,
it.
agree with that.
The number of discrepancies compared to what we can actually prove by ourselves physically with our own naked eye or with our intelligence, it doesn't add up.
For
None
me-
of it does.
For me,
None of it. Our history doesn't.
No, I totally
Particularly
agree.
history.
I totally agree with all that.
That's why we're still arguing about black, white, Asian,
Well,
Chinese,
we're
all
arguing,
that.
We're arguing
You know.
about black and white and all that because people just don't want to let it go. Let's be honest
Well,
about it.
black and white is actually a metaphor as well for, you know, there's that gray area, but everybody just
That's
sees right and
that's what I
wrong.
mean. I don't
Oh,
mean
oh,
literal
I
black and
thought
white.
that's
people.
what
no,
I thought you were talking
I'm not speaking race. I'm saying
Okay.
no one wants to let go of that conversation, black or white or gray. Someone always has to.
Because you can't be in either camp, because you're either going to be wildly naive and believe everything you hear, or
I
you're
don't
going to
believe
stress
anything.
yourself out. You're going to stress yourself to death wondering if the grass is real or if you're going to die walking outside your house.
I
You know what I'm
truly
saying?
believe
like there
that
has to be a
it's-
balance.
It's all the 3D world that we're living in. There's shit beyond that because you guys all know I used to go ghost hunting as well.
Are you?
So, which is divination, which I've found to be
Subscribe to parallel or multi-universes? Is that what you're going to ask?
I was gonna. Yeah.
Dimensions,
Well, no,
different
I
dimensions.
was gonna say the simulation theory.
Oh, yeah.
okay. Well, I'm not well versed on that because I remember
I don't know a
you
lot
tried to
about
get me
it
on
either,
string
but,
theory
But no.
with that book. Yeah, you gave me a book.
Simulation
That
theory
was-
is just that we're all in a simulation.
Yeah,
It's
kinda
essentially
like-
the
no,
Matrix
yeah,
or
basically the
Kingdom
Matrix.
Hearts.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
What?
You think that has any gravity?
It
No. Like, do you think it
you
holds
said
any-
gravity. I was like, wait, I really.
Not
Would
in
a
that
simulation
Do you
have
think
gravity?
that there's gravity?
I
fucking
don't know. That's a good one. That's a good question.
Is it have any merit?
It's hard.
I'm saying.
It's hard to
Yeah.
prove because a guy 400 years ago,
No,
Isaac
no,
Newton.
I'm not. Yeah,
and
no
shit like
one's
that,
asking you to
like-
prove it.
I'm not gonna prove it, I can't.
I think that it's.
He's still talking about gravity.
Oh.
No.
No,
No,
I'm
he's
talking about
not.
simulation.
Oh, okay. Because
No,
you said Sir Isaac Newton.
No, I was just gonna
Well,
say
no,
that,
that was-
I don't think it's that far fetched that it could be a possibility.
Neither do I.
I think that it's
We could be.
likely even.
Well,
Who knows, though? That's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
no,
And that's what I want to talk about. I just want to hear people's opinions on it. I'm not here to say you're wrong or you're right or
There's
I'm right.
actually a theory that says that we've all already died, and what we're experiencing
I
is
heard
our
we died in
life
2012,
flashing
but I don't
before
believe
our
it.
eyes.
I don't believe it.
And then once you get to your death again, your life just flashes before your eyes, and we're basically just stuck in a loop.
I'll take that. I'll take that better than there being nothing.
Yeah, dude.
There is no nothing.
I don't
There's
know. When I was
something.
5 years
Either
old,
reincarnation,
Since-
and that's
There has
something.
to be something.
since I was 5 years
Yeah.
old, I would go into my parents' room and just scream and cry because I've not been able to imagine anything after
Afterlife.
death. It's just darkness. Every time I think about it, and not to say I'm the end of the line and I know, but I'm just saying it's my mind just can't fathom it. So I hope
No one's
there's
can. That's
something.
why everyone does all this bullshit. That's why everyone wakes up at 6 in the morning, goes to work till fucking 5 or 9 or whatever. It's
Because
just to get
someone
your
told
mind
them
off
they
of the
had
grand
to.
scheme.
That's your physical being coming into play. Like you have needs. Your family has
Of course.
needs. So that's why you have to provide in this physical realm.
Oh, if anybody had a choice, no one would participate in society the way
It's just gonna take. It's gonna take one.
I don't think
one
that
event.
either.
One
I
event,
don't.
and it'll change everything. Something.
You know what?
Something
Why
will
do you
happen.
think why do you think they call it the
Let's-
human spirit?
Let's put this to a test. If any of us right here, right now, had the choice to not go to work for the rest of your life, you would not choose that? If there was no adverse consequences to it?
This is the
It's
thing.
such a-
It's just a yes or no question. That's it.
It's a very.
You don't
Okay.
even overthink it. If
Okay.
you had the choice to not go to work, would you?
With no adverse consequences?
No.
I would not go to work.
I need
No.
one
I would.
extra question. Is it my job now or is it working in general?
In general.
It's your job. Would you
I
willing to
would,
vote?
I would want to work. I would want to
In
work.
general.
And
Yes.
that's just different
Yes.
people.
No, because
No, I'm
you
saying
have-
go. Now, when I say work, I mean go to a job that you
Spend
have a
8
boss.
hours a day.
8 hours a day.
You're
I'm not
doing
talking
some sort of
about
manual labor.
music
Bosses, forget
or,
bosses.
or something that you're
Work.
passionate
Work outside
about.
in your
That's
yard
not a
for-
good question.
But that's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
work.
yes, it
That's
is.
very
That's
loaded.
That's
Just take his question as what he's asking. Yes
Well,
or no.
but wait,
With his
You're- he's-
hold on a second.
he's-
Let's not talk
okay,
over each
work-
other.
okay, so
Let's
work
not
is-
talk over each
work
other.
is going
Go
in.
ahead.
With
Dylan hasn't
Reno's
spoken in a while.
parameters, would you or would you not? If you could choose to not go to work for the rest of your life, if you could choose to not
And that's
spend
not to
8
say-
hours a day
Yeah.
just doing whatever, manual
Clocking
labor,
in and
whatever.
out.
Or would you rather spend that 8 hours figuring out why you're here, why we're all
This
here,
is
what's
my
the
thing.
meaning
Or
of
doing
life?
whatever you wanna
That's it,
do.
Yeah.
This is
What
my
would
thing.
you rather do?
Right now,
with
I'm-
those parameters.
I'm not working 8 hours. So
That's not. It doesn't
apply.
matter. It's just with those parameters. What would you do? There's
I
no
would
ifs, ands,
not.
or
I would
buts.
not want to go move forward without working at all.
Up, flagged. Up.
The thing, the unit.
Unit. G unit. G unit.
Anyway, yeah. How do
All
you
right.
pause
Well,
it?
that was heated. That was heated.
That's fine. That's what we want.
No,
We
no,
wanna-
don't
we wanna
pause it.
bring
We're
the
still
heat.
good.
We just
All
gotta
right.
remember.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
we're not-
I wasn't
all
trying to be mean. We just gotta remember that
No,
there's
not at all.
4 of us here and
Yeah.
a very small space, so we gotta
You're totally
not
right.
talk over each other.
I just.
Because isn't that one of the most annoying things listening to the podcast when
Yes.
there's like 7 people yapping?
Yes.
You're like, oh my god, shut the
No,
fuck up.
you were totally right.
But we're passionate, so
We are
no,
passionate.
and that just
Well,
means that we're having a good discussion.
Exactly.
Well, we are, but just.
I'm sorry, Jared.
Mu-
Did someone pass
so-
you the spirit stick?
No, I'm saying
Just fucking with
Dillon hardly got to speak.
Oh,
I mean,
something went out. Oh, it's back. All right, it's back.
No, nothing went on.
Yeah, Mike. You didn't hear that fizz? Maybe it was
No.
just Mikey.
It was
No, it was
just-
Mikey
Just
moving
be
his
good,
feet.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
So
No, go
Mikey
ahead,
would
Jared.
work. Mikey would rather work. What
were you
about you?
saying?
No, I was just saying. I agree with Dillon. Like, we haven't heard from Dillon in a while. Let him speak. And because honestly, I already said I'm here to learn. I want to learn. That's what we're all here for. Human, like I
So
said
what would be
it
your
once
choice?
before. Humans
What
don't
would be your
stop learning
choice?
until they die.
What's your choice? To work or to?
Oh no, work.
Really?
You would go crazy
I
if
wouldn't.
you don't work and you could just be
What
sedentary
if
all
your
day
job
playing
was to
fucking
find
Call
out
of
why
Duty.
you were here? What if you made that your work?
That's
Well,
what I
it is-
wanted-
it
that's
is
what I
your
wanted to
job.
ask. I think
But
that
no,
that
we're
question
talking-
It's already
is
one.
vague.
It is a
Well, let's-
job, but it's
let's
not
clarify
a
it a
physical
little bit
job.
then.
It's a mental job.
I don't mean hobbies. Yeah, of course you're gonna have your hobbies, but I mean a job where you go and you clock in and you do whatever it is, whether it's a doctor, lawyer, doesn't matter how prestigious actor.
Yes. Well, then I say with my answer, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you would
still
Me
you
want
would
too.
continue to work.
It
too.
gives you a sense of pride in that you're contributing.
and a sense of worth.
Okay, so what about
and,
you?
And humans
what about
need
you,
that.
Dylan?
If they don't have
Me?
that,
Yeah.
then I agree with you, Mike.
I feel like it should not even. It should take me a millisecond to get this answer out, but I'm going to explain it to you the best that I can.
Oh, so you get to explain, but I can't. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you can explain it. We'll take the time
No,
back right
go
now.
ahead, go ahead.
See, but the difference was you're wrong.
Wait,
My
No.
my opinion
That's an opinion.
that is a joke.
I
I hope.
have always
Oh,
thought
absolutely.
that it's fucked up that
you have to work.
Not that you have to work, that you don't, that all these different things are shoved down your throat throughout your day, whether it be your job or whether it be the political atmosphere or what's going to happen with Iran or what the fuck ever. You have no time. When's the last time you sat down and thought?
Deflate.
No, when's the last time you sat down and thought, okay, I'm a human, we're on Earth, we're flying through space. What are we doing here?
If
What's
you
going
believe
on?
that.
Because you can't. Because you're fucking putting all your time and energy into making the next dollar or penny or viral video. Which is kind of hypocritical because we're playing a podcast, but it's like,
I totally.
what would you rather do? Isn't it
Well,
the
this
meaning
is-
of life to figure out why you're here? Why would you rather spend what time? Because time is the only finite material that there is. It's going to run out. Why would you spend
time
that?
is relative.
I agree.
But why
If
would
you-
you
I agree
spend
with-
that on working? Whether you want to feel like wouldn't you feel more wholesome figuring out why you're here?
This is the thing about the question, and I agree with everything you said. I wholeheartedly, totally agree with all that. But the thing,
And by the way, I'm not saying become a bum and not contribute to society. That's not what I mean.
No, this is a
I know that's not what
hypothetical
you're saying.
question.
Yeah, but what Reno brought up is a choice, and if we're given that choice, I'm not going to feel bad about making the choice.
No. And then we're just explaining. Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong.
But this is the
You know
difference.
what?
No, this is the difference because
I'm saying he's wrong.
in that universe, I was given a choice and I chose to work. I wasn't forced to work, and that's the difference between our philosophies there. It's like, you don't like the idea that, and I agree, I don't like that I feel like I am forced to work, but if I had the choice, I probably still would. I don't like the idea of knowing that if I didn't work, I would not be able to survive.
And I understand that entirely. It speaks
kinda
to who we are as human beings entirely. We need direction.
Yeah.
If you're
And
just
I like
left to your own
routine.
devices.
Some people need leaders and some people are followers.
That's the
some
question.
People are followers.
That's the thing I was getting
Yeah,
at.
but no leader can ever just lead. You have to learn to be a leader first. You have to learn to follow. You do. You absolutely do.
It's just chicken or egg right there, which came first.
I would say
Some
it's
people
not
were
because
born to
I've
lead,
played.
Some people were
I've
born
played
to be,
Natural born leader instinct.
and
I've
some
played
people
my-
are natural born losers.
I played sports my entire life, and there is a huge difference between someone coaching you who's never played a day in their life. You know, with frisbee,
Yep.
when you run into people who've never played another sport in their life,
Me. Use me as an example.
like you, but they know the game of frisbee.
But I feel like I break what you're
No,
saying.
no. What I'm saying is you've never played another sport in your life, but you know the game of frisbee.
I didn't when I started, and I was still somehow good without
Exactly.
any
But-
pretext.
But this is the problem. When you say something to people that we play with that think they know what they're talking about because they played basketball or football or soccer, they just write you off because you've never played another sport in your life. But we're playing frisbee. You know the game. You should be capable to lead them. But they think they're leaders, but yet they have no knowledge.
But what I'm saying is that I could put myself in that same role. I feel like I could be a leader, and I have no knowledge of any other sport.
I don't know if leader follower even really necessarily has a lot to do with. I mean, experience is very important to a lot of things, but I feel like it's important in this situation. But it could only account for half of what makes you what you are, whether you're a leader or a follower. You know what I mean? Like it might just be a personality thing. You know, and I think that's a big
That's part of it. That's
you know what I mean?
definitely part
Like,
of it.
I don't like. I'm not discounting your point because it does matter. I think to an extent, but I don't think it's everything. Clearly, it's
No, I agree, and that's more what I'm saying. I don't disagree with Dillon or Jared. I think you have to have that killer instinct or whatever you want to call it. You have to be born with some sort of drive or passion or the ability to inspire others. But
or being born needing direction, someone to tell you what you have to do.
You're saying on the opposite side of the spectrum.
Yeah, the opposite side of the spectrum exists as well. But even if you have that natural born ability to inspire others, if you never get that knowledge on how to inspire others, you're going to miss the mark because not everybody can be inspired the same way.
It's not entirely true. There are
it's the whole thing.
outliers.
There's always outliers.
Well, there's always. It's not. You're never speaking in absolutes, but it's definitely.
You're speaking in generalization.
Only
though,
Sith
but I would have
speak
to
in
see
absolutes.
facts, I guess. I know
But
what
it's
you're
definitely
saying.
more than majority.
I mean, it makes sense.
Well,
but I don't
so
know.
what is the whole spiel that we're talking about now? Like besides, you don't want to work or not. Like, you guys didn't come to the basic fundamental of the problem. How are things going to get produced? How are you going to eat every day?
That just wasn't involved in the question.
Well, it has to be.
No, it doesn't.
No, it
Because
doesn't.
if
It was a
nobody
hypothetical.
works, how the hell are we going to
It doesn't
drive?
matter.
How are we going to do anything?
Do it
It was more of a
yourself.
philosophical question.
Do it yourself.
do the farming
it's not gonna
yourself.
happen yourself.
You
well,
could-
the farming,
it could.
you could
It used
feed
to.
yourself.
Jared, you're
You
just
could-
missing it. It was more of a
No.
rhetorical question. It was like a philosophical, trying to find out what type of person you are, not figuring out how the fucking cotton's gonna get processed.
Well, I said
We're
I'd
not
work.
worried about that.
Well, I said I'd work because there
Yeah.
needs to be production.
There you go.
Humans are meant to produce, but do you have to work for a fucking slave master like half of
said
us
that?
do? No.
No.
And
Oh,
what
I
I
see what
mean,
you're saying.
a slave master is not just a legit slave master from back in the 1800s.
No, of
I'm
course.
talking about like you're a boss who
Just a
is a
corporation,
douchebag,
yeah.
and he's
Makes
just
you
saying-
come in early, stay late, doesn't pay you overtime,
Oh,
that
yeah.
type of shit.
Well,
yeah, I get you.
Well, but see, and that's the thing, and they're beginning the entry level jobs, and then there's the engineers, then there's the construction workers, then there's the people that work at McDonald's, and then there's the janitors, and then, there's a whole bunch of things.
Mm-hmm.
But believe it or not, in the 1940s, being a custodian was actually a really respectable job.
Well, it should be a respectable
yeah.
job.
It really
Says
well,
the custodian.
I'm not a custodian.
but
I'm
I
a
know.
custodian,
Word.
It
dick.
was just funny.
that's funny. We
What
said the
reference
same
is that
thing.
from?
What?
Oh, I know.
Say it again.
I'm a custodian, dick.
Oh my god.
Come on.
No idea. Reno the movie.
You're killing me.
Reno the movie. No. Come on. The most famous.
Mike, look it up real quick.
No.
Mike's not here
Wait,
yet.
why? Why do you have to?
Now
Half
you,
baked.
oh yeah, that's right.
It's custodian, dick.
You're right.
You guys call yourself.
You caught me off guard. Yeah.
What?
You got no. You stopped me. You got that.
No.
But anyway,
But
let's,
hey, look, there needs to be a person for every type of job. But then again, there's that structural intrinsic value that you have in a business. Schools are business. Restaurants are business. If you can't, there's no structure anymore.
Absolutely.
Because
agree
everybody
with
wants to
you.
get paid $100 an hour to be a custodian or to be an engineer, or engineers, and unfortunately, this is the problem we have. There's two problems. And happily, my own eyes, we're getting off the whole conspiracy thing because these are real
We're gonna
issues.
come back. We're gonna come back. Though.
Oh,
Well,
for
but
sure.
fine. But we are real. These are real issues. You hire a whole bunch of people that are not from this country. They can do the job. Do they do it well? Probably not. But then,
Wait, what are we speaking about right now? We jumped from. Are we
no,
still talking
this is about work
Okay.
and what a job means. You have so many people that flood the market, or flood, let's say working for Comcast. Let's just say working for Comcast. You have
Fuck Comcast.
every time I call Comcast, I'm speaking with somebody in India.
Gotta get that FiOS, bro.
Okay, so
Fires, that's Verizon.
what's the
What the
I said
hell?
fuck Comcast.
Oh.
so what's
You
the
hear that,
Nah,
Uncle Mike? You hear that?
But what I'm trying to say is
Yeah.
they're subsidizing.
I said Uncle Mike.
They're subsidizing the work so they can pay cheaper labor, and so you're just losing jobs no matter what. And when people are trying to subsidize to make more profit for the big wigs,
to play
and I'm
devil's
not- I'm not a
advocate here
socialist.
for a second.
Okay,
Though we live
yeah.
in America, it's a capitalistic society.
Okay.
Don't they have a right? Are they breaking laws? Are they?
That's true.
There's only one law.
Is there
in the
really
United
morality
States, and that's the
that should be
Constitution.
involved in business, or should business be business?
Believe
That's
it or
what they
not,
say. Let's bring it down to business,
believe it
baby.
or not, there's so many regulations now that you can't do this, you can't do that.
But that's
If a
because there's
business-
American citizens who are complaining
if
about.
if a business were to fail, if they were complaining, and this company, say Comcast, didn't have hundreds of billions of dollars worth of, or hundreds of millions, let's say, of insurance, they would probably not even be. But the insurance companies are propping them up. The government's propping them up because they're communication experts, or they're doing the 5G shit now because they all are on
I see what you're
contract.
saying.
I think Verizon's
But-
more on top of that.
No, they are. But you're going there. You're going there.
Probably.
Anyway,
You're
Slowly.
piggybacking off
so
of Verizon.
so what do you mean though?
But all right. So what I mean
What
is,
do you mean?
What do you mean?
oh my god. All right. So look, these are all.
What do you mean podcast? Episode 2 featuring Jared Reibe.
Wow. When the hell did you guys do that?
2 seconds ago.
While you were talking.
You guys are fucking crazy. All right, but no, look, these are all special interests, and the government has special interests with other governments and private companies. Who do you think some of these companies that are propping up some of these political leaders, quote unquote, they're not really leaders, but they're giving them hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, for them to prop up what they want to happen. Like,
Yeah, they're called lobbyists.
It's a little deeper than that anymore, because lobbyists, I haven't even heard the word lobbyist on the news, quote unquote, for the past like 4 or 5 years.
But they still exist. They're still out there.
Well, they
doing
still
the dirty
exist,
work.
but I haven't heard a damn word. All I've heard was fake news this, fake news that. So, but all they're doing is buying these people out. That's it. And if you don't go their way,
That's
they're
just
going to
the game.
smear your...
It's the game.
But that's capitalism.
yeah.
Yeah,
just how it
all right.
evolved.
Well, you guys aren't taking and everything what you guys were talking about. Would you work? Would you do this? Where did we come from? What the hell?
Just go ahead.
Just go.
Continue.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, but where, like, these people, as you and I have said, as a group, they've already thought about all this. They have us running around in circles, worrying about how we're going to get our next dollar to put food on our tables.
Yeah, that's what
to
I was
provide
saying.
for. Yeah, but. Oh my God! And that it gives me a headache because these same companies are just, they know what they're doing. They're not giving us anything special. Oh, 5G speed's gonna be better than 4G.
And I understand that, but my question is, what's wrong with that? Are they breaking any laws? They're making us miserable, but are where's the true crime in it?
Just because it's immoral doesn't mean it's illegal.
But is it even immoral?
I've been in.
It could
Yeah,
be
yes,
construed
it is.
maybe.
Yes,
But
it
I'm
is.
saying even if it was,
But we elected these people
Hey.
to make these decisions.
1
for
minute
us.
and 20 seconds. 1 minute and 20 seconds. I'm gonna do two things. Can you scream bomb in a movie theater?
You can.
No, you can, but your ass is gonna get arrested.
Probably.
Right? Okay.
More than
So
likely.
why is the media allowed to be all pro-war and saying this, and then it's a total lie?
But
They've done that numerous times.
Yelling bomb in a movie theater
it's-
is actually, it's a threat. That's like saying,
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot you.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Is all these companies, these big conglomerates, they are propagating fear and threats of economic downturn.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
And then that's
the
my
whole
whole
thing.
point. And all these people are propped up by each other.
But that's not illegal.
Yeah.
But yelling bomb in a movie
that
theater
might be
is.
unfair.
Yeah, because
But
someone,
so is the media. They're inciting fear, violence, and everything else. And if you don't agree, I can't help it.
I'm not saying I don't agree with you. I'm just,
Well, it is illegal. But, and the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, that was passed by Barack Obama. He allowed CNN, and, well, not just CNN, but he provided them the gateway to provide propaganda to the public. I was going to say populace. But, well, so that's what it is.
so he made it legal for them to do that?
Yes, he did. He signed the
So-
NDAA. I think in 2015 or 2012. I forget the exact year.
So now,
But that's the same thing. All these people are in bed with each other. Comcast owned Disney, or Disney owns Comcast. You know that?
Yeah.
Or NBC or some shit.
Comcast owns NBC.
Oh, okay.
Disney,
Thank you.
Disney and Comcast are pretty big competitors. Like they're
Okay.
up there.
Yeah, I think
So-
the
so
grand
here's-
scheme of things, what Reno's trying to say is that he doesn't disagree with what you're saying. He's just saying that
Is it illegal?
on
Yeah, if you're
paper,
inciting violence.
but it's not, or else they wouldn't be doing it. If it was illegal, then it wouldn't be happening. If it was
Okay,
clearly that
so-
illegal, I'm saying I just feel like I know what you're
Kevin
saying. It's not
Spacey
right.
rape
I think the
12-year-olds?
the big distinction is
It's
maybe
not
it's
right.
legal, but it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it moral, and I think that's kind of the heart of that discussion.
Well,
right?
then why is yelling bomb in a movie theater illegal?
because there's people who've yelled bomb in a
'Cause
movie
you're-
theater
you're
and then
physically
blew it up.
threatening somebody's
hold on,
life.
hold on.
You're terrorizing
Yeah. Well,
them.
it's
All right,
not.
well,
It's
then
not
you
just
guys
that.
have-
It's not. Hold
this is
on.
way
Let
over
me
your
let me
head.
answer the question. It's not that you're just threatening somebody's life. It's a threat because it's happened. Someone has gone into a movie theater at some point or into a public place and shot it up or let a bomb off. So if someone makes that threat, it's not something that you can just.
Could be real.
It's not something that you can take the chance on whether or not it's real. You have to act. So if what you're saying is true and these things are just as important, people need to act on them. So why is it that when one side feels that way and tries to act on it, the other side just,
Last thing I'm going to say
throws
about
it,
that.
just shuts the door on it? Why is there not
Last thing I'm gonna say
more
about
of an
that.
open mind? Why is it that
You
you
just
won't
said
listen to
this has happened before.
the liberal side of it?
Liberal? What?
What do you mean?
talking
What?
about? Why'd you
You're
bring
talking about
liberal in?
CNN and Obama.
And Fox. Forget them all. They're
Okay.
not part of you and me. We're American citizens. Forget the liberal conservative.
So in your
bullshit.
eyes, they're all just liars.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Yes.
I would agree as well.
Well, then you said it. You brought up the liberal thing.
Yeah, but we're not here.
Yeah, well, I'm here because you actually didn't. You missed
on a
my
second.
whole complete. You missed the whole complete point. You can't yell bomb in a movie theater,
Mm-hmm.
but yet CNN could say, "Oh, Trump did this," or Fox
But
News said,
what are
"Oh,
they
CNN."
saying though?
What they're trying to incite is American support for war and for more
by
death.
saying what though?
And
Because
these-
you have to be specific. If it's equivalent or greater than
Look
saying
at
bomb
what's
in a movie
look at what's
theater,
happened.
then yeah,
Look at what's happened.
We can
and
acknowledge
the
it.
look at what happened in the Iran retaliation strikes after Soleimani was killed.
Okay.
MSNBC said 50 Americans, or I'm sorry, 30 or 50 Americans were killed in the retaliation strikes against Soleimani.
But isn't
They
that the
lied.
same thing
They
as...
lied.
Isn't that
It
the
is a
same thing
proven
as
lie.
Donald Trump saying there was hundreds of thousands of... what was it?
WMDs?
No.
He didn't say that.
No, when he said there was hundreds or thousands of Muslims cheering when 9/11 happened, that's
he didn't
absolutely
say
false.
that.
Yes, he did. There's videos of
No,
him
he
saying
didn't. But there were 5
You wanna
dancing
look it up?
Israelis. Hey, Google dancing Israelis.
I think we should
Yeah, take a
Cut
quick
it,
bathroom
yeah.
break.
break for
No,
a
quick
moment,
bathroom
come
break.
back.
I
No,
need to
coming
smoke a
back.
cigarette after
Alright,
all this.
sounds good.
Hey, Google
hold
the
on.
dancing Israelis.
When we do come back, we're gonna get a little bit more into
Tip sniffing?
conspiracies.
Boom.
Yes. We'll be
Well,
back.
that's all I have. Now.
Alright, so now. Alright,
Yeah, it
we're
was
back.
too long-winded.
And we're just going to get right into it by me finishing off something that we talked about
Who
in
are
the
you?
first episode. I don't even know anymore, dude.
Alright, come
It's
on.
the craziest thing.
That's true.
Anyway,
Adios, man.
so Mike had asked me first episode, if anybody had listened to the first episode, why we named it What Do You Mean? We had started explaining that it was kind of a inside joke between Mike and Dillon, which I am unaware of, but me and Dillon also kind of had the same inside joke, coincidentally.
Sorry,
And,
I'm sorry.
So besides Dillon being an inside joke whore, we
You both now have AIDS.
we
but
kind of
continue.
I kind of wanted to encapture the essence of the podcast in the title, and what we are trying to do here is just be open minded and honest and have conversations. So what do you mean is just, you're gonna hear it a lot. We want to get to the bottom of things, and we want to know what people really truly mean, not the bullshit.
What do you mean, dog?
I mean straight 100, bro.
Yeah, straight up, motherfuckers.
So that being said, you know, if you made it this far, you know today's episode's kind of been about conspiracy theories. And I'm not really one to buy conspiracy
Yes, you
theories
are.
or
Yes, you are.
No, he's really not.
Yes, he
believe
is.
in them, but you know, we have an expert on that over here, Mr.
No.
Jared Reibe.
No expert.
Not in buying or believing them, but he is well vetted. He
Yeah.
does his research and actually gets to the bottom of things.
He's not just one of those
Try to.
people that just
Yeah.
dismisses things, kind of like me. He actually looks at it first, and then it's like, all right, that's bullshit, or that has some sort of credibility.
And that's
Sigh.
very rare
Why do
today.
you sigh?
Sigh.
Why though?
Just go on. We'll get into it, apparently.
So now that I said all
That's why you guys
that,
had me on.
I'm gonna go off topic a little bit by throwing out
The
a
only
kind of
reason I should've known.
conspiracy theory I have myself. And,
I like it.
Yeah, he hasn't told me, and we took a 15, 20
kinda-
minute break, and
it kind of has to
said
do
it.
with religion.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
I went to Sacred Heart High School, and as I said earlier, and one of the requirements was, I believe, once a month we had to attend mass. And
Once a month.
we also,
You got lucky.
on holidays and daily, had religion class, theology class, and we not only
That's what they
explored
called it?
yeah, we not only explored Catholicism, but a few others, as like
Really?
Judaism and
But they all fall under the same umbrella, pretty much.
pretty much.
Hold on. No, they don't, but go ahead.
Well, they do.
They're all Christian-based religions,
Well, not Hinduism.
but
Well, he was not studying Hinduism.
with my limited experience with the Bible, in particular, the New Testament when the Garden of Eden and that whole story is being told. And the whole, the devil and versus God thing. It always kind of read to me as a novel with the greatest twist in history that no one ever really caught. It seems to me as though God is really the villain in that story, and that Lucifer is actually the one who gave us the knowledge to become what we are.
Is this
That's very good.
Is this a conspiracy that you kind
It's
of
actually very good.
But is this something that you came up with?
Yes.
Or is this something that you
No, it's just something that I kind of came up with.
He didn't come up with. A lot of people feel that way.
Well,
Yeah. I mean, I didn't
came up with
invent it, but I discovered it on my own.
He arrived there.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's interesting.
Oh, you guys.
Elaborate. Why though?
Well.
Yeah. Please. Yeah. No. Please. I want to learn.
My dad grew up with a father who was a Pentecostal minister, and he was not the greatest man, from what I hear. We'll just leave it at that. To make the story short.
What ethnicity was he?
He was 100% Puerto Rican, and he left. He left
Just the fact that had to be introduced.
I wanted to get a picture.
Irregardless, yeah, but still, it doesn't matter what you are.
No, it doesn't. But I wanted.
He left my grandmother for her best friend, and was abusive towards my dad, and I don't know who else. My dad was one of 9, but he didn't have a good relationship with his father until just before they both passed, and so that left a sour taste in his mouth towards religion. So he always taught me that religion separates, not brings people together, and that I should be spiritual, not religious, to have my own relationship with God. And he encouraged me to look at all the religions and not just believe in one, but find the common threads and themes that I can believe in amongst all of them. So in doing that,
I think that's good advice.
In doing that, I, came across the New Testament and did very little research. I'll be clear about that. I'm not an expert, but I do know that it was a culmination of multiple writings that was put together by the English monarchy. King Henry, I believe. I might be mistaken. I'm probably mistaken, so don't take that as fact. But King James. What am I talking about? It's called the King James Bible. I feel like an idiot.
Well, hey, that's the most quote unquote widely accepted.
Exactly,
one.
And it's pretty much all propaganda. It's a collection of stories he wanted to be in it. He took things out. It's whatever suited his agenda, and once I came to that, I was like, okay, well, let me try and figure out what the actual story is. Let me not look at it like it's fact. Let me look at it as just
a story,
a Harry Potter book. Mm-hmm. And that's when I thought, well, oh shit, like we've had that. It seems like this is wrong. Like, how could the good guy wipe out the entire earth multiple of times, make a man sacrifice his son?
Twice.
It doesn't sound like something
not even twice yet.
The good guy does.
Well, I just got chills. I think that's an interesting thought.
And to kind of take it further a little bit, I'm sorry, I just remembered another point of it, is that, bringing the devil and Lucifer into it. It says when Lucifer, and this is a very rough synopsis, but when Lucifer convinces Eve to get Adam to bite the apple or whatever happened, he was cast from hell, and that's when he becomes Lucifer. That's when Lucifer becomes the devil. Lucifer and the devil, it seemed to be made clear that they're separate entities. So how do we know that this all-powerful being didn't completely wipe out Lucifer and create the devil to make himself seem like the good guy?
God does not completely wipe out somebody because of that. Do you know what Lucifer means and
the bringer of light.
Latin?
It's like the bringer of light and knowledge.
The bringer of light. Well, and then if you put Lucifer in together with Prometheus was the one of the ones who brought fire, if you will, to, the Greco-Romans, in mythology, if you will. All right? So, what... And I'm not saying, and when I said I was a Christian, I don't subscribe to what the Catholic religion makes Christianity, and I'm doing quotes here, air quotes. It's not what they make to be what the Christian religion is. Mm-hmm. And it's because they bastardized it. And guess what? I've been to the Vatican. They have all the original texts from back then. Like, if we're going to go AD, Anno Domini, whatever, they have all that hidden. They've hidden so many books from the Bible, if you will. And I don't subscribe to the Bible either. I don't, because they've taken so much shit out of there. It's like, really, why would you take books out of there? And I get your trepidation.
Just so it's clear, though, I mean, he's basically speaking about it as a piece of literature, and I think.
Yes, absolutely.
The whole thing with Adam and Eve, I'm going to agree with him here, only because look, I have a Bible. I have a couple of Bibles. One is King James, and that one is of Mormon. That's the one they subscribe to or prescribe to, whatever. And that's what they prescribe to. Mm-hmm. And but then there's the English Standard Version, and that is the one who has had numerous, they've had Greeks, they've had Italians, whoever's in the main focus of whoever writes the Bible, they're the ones that are writing it. Have you ever heard of the Nicene Council? The Council of Nicaea was back in 1300 AD. Mm-hmm. I think it was 1300. I'm not exactly sure.
How do you spell that?
Niacea. Nicene. Well, if you're going to say Nicene Council.
It's right down there. Oh, you just have it.
Nope. Nicene Council.
Down.
Well, that's the creed. The Nicene Creed
right
is
there.
different from the Apostles' Creed. And for a reason, too.
The Council of Nicene was the first council in the history of the Christian church that was intended to address the entire body of believers. It was convened by the Emperor Constantine to resolve the controversy of Arianism, a document that held Christ was not divine, but was a created being.
And that was the last one who rewrote the Bible. Mm-hmm. Okay? So there's been numerous accounts of the Bible written, but the Bible is also... They have also... Well, I'm going to straight out say this, and this is from my research as well. The Catholic Church has written out numerous books of the Bible, quote-unquote. They left out the Dead Sea Scrolls... Things that have been written by Jesus himself, and that's one thing that before I get into this whole thing about the Council of Nicaea and everything else, especially with Adam and Eve, you don't hear about that ever. That Jesus actually wrote his own books. Jesus never wrote anything. Come on, man.
Well, let me ask.
And this is a matter of fact. He was a real person, but compared to what he was said to have done in the Bible, compared to the Roman Catholicism sect, area of the Bible, it's up in the air because things have been hidden again by the powerful people that have a say in whatever goes on in the world.
Well, then that's a perfect point for me to jump in here because you speak of powerful people who.
Powerful people.
Always powerful.
More powerful than you and I.
Of course. Well, saying that, I kind of have a question for you about a certain group that, when I was looking into this about my theory or whatever you want to call it, there was...
Boobies?
No, there was a group
Jews.
cited as being
Oh.
a group that was
They don't believe in Jesus.
kind of followers or worshippers of Lucifer. And not in the sense of the devil, but the angel Lucifer, the bringer of light.
Well, that's...
And that was the Illuminati.
Is that... Yes and no. The Illuminati actually comes from not just a Christian religion. It's actually based... The Illuminati, it pretty much was...
When did it start?
It goes back from the Templars and
hold
also...
on.
It would actually be 1776.
There's so many things. Hey, everything has to coincide with each other.
There's a lot. So let's kind of rein this in
There's
here
the
a little
Templars,
bit.
and then there's the Freemasons, and then...
Yeah, so...
yeah, well, all right, well...
So let's...
We're pointing at things that everybody can't see, but...
Well, let's get
Come
this
and
on
make
track
the
a little bit
podcast,
here, all
there
right?
you go.
So
Go.
my question is more specifically, I guess you already answered, was, is that true? Do they have a loosely based religious aspect to them?
Who?
The Illuminati.
Well, from my research, what I've
Thank
done
you,
is the Illuminati is not just...
Hold on.
Yes,
One second. Taking a
What's going on?
All right, so sorry for the interruption, everybody. It's what happens when you're low budget. But anyway, to recap,
Hey,
I
professionals don't say that. Come on, let's go.
well, we're definitely not professional.
We might be.
No, we don't get paid for this.
We could.
So,
Well, this is for fun,
I'm paying
and
us.
it'll grow.
yeah, but to remind everybody, the question was, is there some sort of, any kind of religious aspect to a group like the Illuminati?
You have
Yes.
to believe in a higher power. You have to. And
No,
that could be
well-
Satan, it could be God. Actually, in order to become part of the Freemasons, you have to believe in a higher power.
Well, the whole thing about the what we're talking about the Illuminati is that they were created to sidestep the whole Christian-run government thing. They didn't want to deal with any religion. They wanted a rational.
So Jared
When
could probably
void of
answer
religion.
this. Didn't they
Look it up.
evolve from the Knights Templar, though?
Yes,
you'd have to look that up. I
And
don't
the
know
Knights
that.
Templar
they
fought in the
evolved
Crusades.
from that, but Adam Weishaupt was the one who actually look right there.
Read it.
Society's
He-
goals were to
and-
oppose superstition, obscurant
but-
whatever religious influence over public life and abuse of state power.
But
That's exactly
now,
what I said.
Now, in order to become, and actually back then, you would have to subscribe to, and I keep using that damn word, and I hate.
I know.
using that
I've
word.
been using it a lot too.
Yeah, but you have to believe in a higher power, and only for one reason.
Are you saying
And that's-
to be part of Illuminati? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Let me guess, is
you
it to
cannot
show
believe
blind
in
faith?
anything. You have to believe in something, and that could be in yourself. Part of the things in like the AA, NA, things like
So
that.
basically just to show that you can
You
give that
can-
kind of commitment.
Yes,
Is that
to
what
a
you
higher
said?
power.
Okay.
And that higher power could be to
Is that
yourself.
show blind?
Me?
Yeah, I thought you said something. You said
Snowblind? What? The
You
Ozzy
don't
Osbourne?
snowblind.
Snowblind, the Ozzy Osbourne?
Snow Patrol.
Like, huh?
Just
Snow
ignore
Patrol.
me.
No, Snowblind is a Black Sabbath song.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Snow Patrol.
No. I'm talking about-
Snowpiercer?
That was a good movie.
Yeah, if you're cannibal.
I am.
Speaking of conspiracies and Snowpiercer, how about the conspiracy that
segue.
it's the sequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes, yes.
Have you ever seen that?
I have.
What do you
seen
think
that.
about
It's kind of
that?
convincing.
It is
isn't
kinda.
All right, dude, I don't know.
I
But it's
want-
interesting.
It's a
interesting.
movie. And look, you guys ever heard of the Mandela effect?
Yes,
No.
I think it's completely
Just
Yeah,
kidding.
you have.
Just
Yeah,
It's just
kidding.
misremembrance.
No, I personally believe that the Mandela effect was created as a psyop, which is psychological operation. I
A
think
Cyclops? You think that Mandela was
a psychological
imprisoned
Wait, hold
by
on.
a
only had
Cyclops?
one eye?
Nelson
what's
Mandela
going-
definitely had two eyes.
psychological.
Yeah, and he wasn't imprisoned by a
I
Cyclops.
think
So what are
you're
you
right.
talking about?
No, I think
It
he has
was
two
like-
eyes.
It was South Africa that imprisoned him.
a
Yes.
psychological operation to actually make people think anything made by the media or
like a
anything.
lobotomy.
Actually, yeah, a lot of people that
A metaphorical
subscribe to that-
lobotomy.
And see, here I go again saying subscribe.
Please subscribe.
But no,
Hopefully.
well, no. Well, forget that.
to induce or reinforce behavior favorable to U.S. objectives.
Now, is that like...
Well, a psyop.
For the
Actually,
United
psyops have been happening for the past like
Well,
70
in
years.
What was that movie?
No, ever since Operation Paperclip.
The
yeah.
Men Who Stare at Goats?
They've been that is actually a psyop. And you notice if you ever watched Men Who Stare at Goats,
I have.
a lot of
enjoyed
the
it.
guys have the pyramid with one eye or the eye of Horus
Yeah.
on their foreheads, and that's because they subscribe to that. And there we go again.
But what's
subscribe.
with the eye, the pyramid?
Well,
What does it
that goes
represent?
back to Egyptian lore.
The all
Yeah, but what are they
The
using it
all-seeing.
for?
Well, the Eye of Horus.
That's one of
and
its many names.
the Eye of Horus. Horus came back from the dead. He's just like in Egyptian, belief.
Yeah, I saw the movie Egyptian Gods.
Really?
Yeah.
That movie. Wait, the one with the guy from Game of Thrones.
Was he in Game of Thrones?
What are you guys
Yeah, he
talking about?
was. He was
with,
Jamie
what's his
Lannister's
name?
son.
The Black Panther. Was
And
in it.
Gerard Butler?
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman.
So, no. Gods of Egypt, you mean?
Gods of Egypt.
You
yeah.
weirdo, dude.
Yeah.
It's a Hollywood movie.
Of course,
Their-
but there's
their
still little truths
bastardization-
peppered in there.
Well, always.
What about National Treasure?
I love that movie.
That's hey. A lot of that actually is buried in truth.
And it has to deal with the
But-
Knights Templar.
And I love
that's
Nicolas
the thing.
Cage.
Hey, you guys want to know about the Illuminati? They
Yes.
ha-
And it's
actually,
Nicolas Cage.
yeah.
The
well,
Illuminati has Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
They have. Whoa.
They have him in
they
the
have
cage.
him.
Hold on, this
That-
is a
why do you
twist.
think he's making the shittiest movies?
The Illuminati.
So is-
Because he can make a paycheck, and they're like, "Oh, we don't care how shitty it is.
So what you're
just make a movie. We'll give you $1 million, and you'll be good."
Just put
because,
this eye on your forehead.
what I'm hearing
No,
is
no,
The Wicker
no,
Man
not
was a
everything.
message to the public.
No,
well-
Lorena.
Well, Wicker Man was a remake from the Charlton Heston remake of The Wicker Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't remember that one being a shitty.
Yeah, that was a
as Nicolas
parody.
Cage was.
In my eyes, this is my opinion.
It was a
In your.
It was a
in your
parody.
third
Oh
eye.
my eyes! Come on, son. Come on, nobody watches Nicolas Cage Wicker Man with. They don't watch that.
I love
just-
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I don't.
I do.
Well,
I'm a fan.
okay. I only liked him in Face Off and.
I liked him in
Snake
almost
Eyes.
everything.
What about Con Air?
Con Air was awesome.
Con Air. John Malkovich made that movie.
Yeah,
If it
but
wasn't
he
for
did.
John-
Buscemi.
If it wasn't. No,
Raising
if it wasn't-
Arizona,
no.
go.
Raising Arizona.
What?
Leaving Las Vegas.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. Fuck Raising Arizona. Yo, do you notice that he always has a pattern of movies? And that's part of the
What do you
Illuminati.
mean?
Who does?
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Gone in
always
60
a pattern
seconds.
of movies. Yeah,
Gone
that's
60
actually.
Seconds was pretty good.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah,
you can't fuck with
who
the
made that
Cage.
movie? You know who sold that movie?
Nicolas Cage.
Angelina Jolie.
I bet it was Nicolas Cage though.
He had something to
He
do
might
with it.
he might have dressed up. as
Angelina Jolie
though.
sold that movie because you know what the poster showed of Angelina Jolie with her tits, with her boobies.
But she was
Put
she was blonde in that movie too though.
Who?
fake blonde.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who?
that was
Angelina?
interesting.
She's fake.
But that was
just like Brad
interesting,
Pitt.
though.
He's fake, and Brad Pitt's gay, by
Yeah,
the way.
no, but Brad Pitt is in some good movies,
He is.
man.
Brad Pitt's gay as fuck.
Why do you think so? Hold on, we're just going conspiracy
I'm sorry,
hopping.
not gay. He's bi.
Gender
Sorry.
fluid. He's one of the
I
87
don't
genders.
know. You're either gay or you're bi or you're straight. Whatever.
Well, you could be
Negative.
fluid.
No,
you could be.
fluid.
Look
Yeah,
him up real
gay-
quick.
gay,
How many
bi, or
genders?
straight.
I just want to get
That's
a.
what it is.
I just want to get a little taste.
Oh god.
Oh, now we're typing in
No, because I want to
Brad
see
Pitt,
what
gay.
Brad Pitt would subscribe to if
gay
he was one.
Brad Pitt. Oh my God.
No, go up to the
yeah.
top,
American?
Mikey. To the top,
All right,
Mikey. To
hey,
the top.
For the viewers,
What does that say,
Do
the top
not
paragraph?
ever listen to Wikipedia. Ever.
Excuse
I
me.
need a list.
Actually, I was gonna
No.
bring this up. Listen. Hold on.
Do you
Hear
know
me
about
out.
Wikipedia?
Just relax.
Apparently
Just-
not.
Just relax. I
I can explain to you why you shouldn't listen to Wikipedia.
I was gonna bring this up a second ago, but a lot of the
Were
points
you?
that all of us made,
Who's all of
I
us?
pulled up any of us that made a point. I'm typing away and I pull things up and you're like, and whoever's trying to make the point,
It's on the
like,
Wikipedia
exactly.
page.
This is what I'm saying. We all of
Stop
us,
going
all
to
of us-
Wikipedia.
He's right. It's no
But-
double
but-
standard,
but-
no
but-
hypocrisies.
But,
yeah.
Well,
but you
Hey,
did too.
if
You said-
I'm the third lamb out, if I'm the third lamb out,
What do you mean? What do you
hey, if I'm the
That
third
was
lamb out,
backpedaling.
No, but hold on.
no, I'm not. If I'm the third lamb out, you never ever looked at
Yo, look,
Wikipedia
this
because
is-
hey,
All I
we've
wanna
been
know is
censored. We've
Why
been
is
censored
Brad
from
Pitt
YouTube.
gay?
That's
Well,
not
you
what
look
I
at
don't
what he's
care.
done.
I do. I want to
And
know.
You look at all the movies he's done before.
Okay. The one where he
Dillon's
starts off
newly
as an old
single,
man.
So he's looking for new
That's-
prospects.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if Brad
The
Pitt.
Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
No, that's not it. Actually, that's a decent movie.
That was a good movie.
did
What about
like-
Yeah,
World War
it's
Z?
sad.
World War Z.
Dude, and you can't tell me.
World War Z.
You can't
yeah,
tell me.
Borders around Israel, but not America.
But listen.
That-
listen.
All right, there you go. You want to segue
So,
into the?
Wait,
Yeah,
can't-
but I want to
you
know
can't-
why
we're
he
gonna
was.
talk.
You can't tell me that Fight Club wasn't.
It was an awesome
one
movie.
Of the greatest movies.
It's an awesome movie.
And
Oh.
Brad Pitt's performance had everything to do with that.
No,
Sure.
and Edward
And
Norton.
Edward Norton, of course, not just.
You can't put
Brad
Tom
Pitt,
Hanks in that
but-
movie. It would be the
no,
same
of
fucking
course.
thing.
No, and
No, hell no. And,
Tom
yo,
Hanks.
hey,
I was fighting.
hey, this is
He was
a very
amazing, dog.
this is a very controversial statement what I'm about to make. But
Ooh, I like it.
Tom
I don't
Hanks,
believe it.
Tom Hanks has not made a good movie since Saving Private Ryan.
Whoa!
Fight me on that. Fight me.
Have you never
Fight
seen
me
The
on that.
Terminal?
And that was back in 2001.
Terminal was mad
or
good.
2.
Have you
no,
seen The
it wasn't.
Terminal?
Terminal was mad good.
It was so
No,
good.
it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Have you never seen Toy Story?
Yo, Castaway was garbage. I liked I liked the first hour, and then guess what? I
don't know if
where
I
I'm
would
gonna
say
go after
garbage,
this.
but it wasn't
I
one
get
of his
it.
best.
I get it.
I thought it was pretty damn good.
I get it.
It's one of my
It was good.
favorites.
But
What?
Helen
Castaway.
Hunt is
I
ugly
think Castaway's
and
great.
disgusting.
I think Castaway is great.
I like it, but
You have to be in the movie.
I liked
for
it until he got back, and then guess what?
He was good in Mission Impossible, all of them.
Tom Hanks.
that's Tom Cruise. Fuck.
My bad, guys.
Dude, could
Yo,
could you
no
imagine-
more screwballs or whatever the
could
fuck you
could
call that
imagine-
orange
Could you imagine
juice
Tom
drink.
Cruise and Tom Hanks
Coming down from the
no,
ceiling?
No,
Oh,
no,
just
no,
switching
wait,
Switching
just-
roles?
Nope.
So you would have
All
Tom
movies-
Cruise
Hey,
as Woody?
Gump?
Hey,
Woody?
Hey,
That was so weird.
there you go. You guys want to
You'd
talk
have
about
Tom
Illuminati?
Hanks as Top Gun.
You would have
Hollywood
Tom.
is owned.
You would have
by
Tom
Illuminati.
Hanks as Les Grossman.
Oh shit!
Nah. Nobody could
I
have
will
pulled off.
literally fuck your face.
Nobody could have pulled
Tom
off Les
Cruise is
Grossman.
Mr. Rogers.
Hey, nobody. Grossman. I called him
Trust me,
Grossman.
I'm
Hey,
about to be hysterical.
nobody could pull Les Grossman off, other than Tom
Agreed.
Cruise. Okay, Tom Hanks would not have.
And I'm
been
good
able
at
to do that.
recognizing actors, and it took me till the end credits, I think, to even realize.
What?
No,
Yo, you're
no,
lying.
it was about
sack of
halfway
shit.
through. I
No way,
realized.
you could tell by his round fucking.
Yeah, the face was the same.
But I just didn't
Scientologist
expect
face.
it. I didn't expect it
Man,
at
dude,
all.
That's way
It threw
too
me
funny
off.
of a thought experiment. Flipping those two.
Just flip anyway.
Their
Call
careers.
out too many actors
No,
and
but
flip them
Tom
all.
Hanks is
Nah.
especially funny because he's
Nah.
such a family-oriented
Yeah, he is.
guy.
No,
You're
he's
right.
not.
You know what I mean?
No, he's not. He's a
In his
pedophile.
movies, he is.
No,
though.
in his movies is what I'm saying.
He's a
The-
pedophile.
I don't know anything about
I don't
that.
know whether that's true or not.
Let's hop right in.
I wouldn't
So-
be
No,
surprised.
Tom
Hold
Hanks is
on, real quick. Let's make this kind of germane here. So, and
I knew a guy
don't
in
mean
5th grade
Jackson.
named Jermaine.
I don't mean Jackson.
G-E-R-N-A-I-N-E.
His
So
name
this
was
being said,
Jermaine
I
DeFea.
just heard.
Jermaine Dupri.
I was just watching a video the other day about how
pedophiles.
in Detective Pikachu
Oh,
there was
shit.
a lot of fans who wanted it to be, instead of Ryan Reynolds, they wanted to be Danny DeVito as the voice of Pikachu.
Okay.
Seriously?
So yeah, that's I don't know.
Honestly,
I don't
Yeah, well-
I would like both.
No.
I don't know, but
No,
this
Ryan Reynolds-
is this is my
Hey,
question.
look.
This is my question. If you had the option to change out any actor for another actor in one of your favorite movies,
Great question.
what movie would it be, and
That's
what
a good
actors
question.
would you switch out? We'll open it up.
Oh, wait.
Great.
I'll be the last.
All right, we'll open it up with Dillon and come to
had to
Mike
be
and then
last.
me.
Whatever
Yeah.
comes to mind. Not like the end all be
All
all.
right.
Just the first thing that popped to your head.
So let's start. Just start with some of your favorite movies.
Yeah. Just a movie that pops in your head. Not even your
Yeah.
favorite. Just one that pops in your head.
And you would want to change the main actor for the...
I can't. Well, okay. I'm thinking of School of Rock.
Perfect.
Okay.
Wait!
So instead of Jack
it's
Black,
you. It's
who
you.
would you want to see
Yep.
in that role?
But Jack Black's one of my favorite actors. But
What?
I guess
You fucked
who would I
yourself.
want to see in that
Like-
role?
It's completely hypothetical.
I know. I'm just trying to think real quick. What
Like,
would
I
be
can
kind of
think
cool
of
Like let's
and
say
different.
Jack, just to ante it up a little bit. Jack Black never existed. Someone else has to do this role. Who would it be?
It would be Pierce Brosnan.
That would be pretty funny.
Yo, no. Absolutely not.
I was gonna say Michael,
Yo, I
Michael
love-
Cera
Hey.
as
No.
Jack Black's character in School of Rock.
No, dude, no.
I would say
the only
Arnold
movie he's ever
Schwarzenegger
been
make
good
it
in was
like a sequel
Scott
to
Pilgrim.
Kindergarten Cop.
That's it.
That'd
He's
be
a
pretty
one
funny.
and done. One and done.
All right, I've one.
Michael
So,
Cera.
Mike, let's go.
Just off the dome, I'm thinking Animal House, but instead of
Nope.
Instead of I forget his name and I feel bad.
Belushi?
Belushi. Instead of Belushi, Owen Wilson.
That would be really weird.
Well,
I
wait.
feel like that'd
So
be so
we have to
funny,
be in the
like-
same time.
Wow.
We don't have to be in the same
Owen
time
Wilson
period.
Doesn't
goes
have
into
to be in
somebody
time.
and smashing their guitar. Like
He's
you
one of
would
those
not do
actors,
that.
though. He could be in any movie and you wouldn't
Yeah,
think it's weird.
But yeah, I didn't know.
Stick him in
I didn't
anything.
know
It's
the
like,
time
I
period.
guess.
But like, yeah, could you picture him as
But
like
that's
this-
fine. It
this
doesn't
have to-
college
it doesn't
guy?
have to
Like,
be
like,
outrageous.
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's mad.
In my opinion, I think it's funnier when it actually kind of works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like a slant,
the
like
Danny
almost
DeVito
works.
and Ryan Reynolds thing kind of works a little bit.
Yeah.
But to that being said, I think it would be hilarious. I like voiceover better when it comes to this question. So going back to Toy Story, instead of having like Tim Allen,
What? No.
as
Instead of
That's Buzz.
instead of
What? No. All right. Fine.
just
fine.
hear me out. Instead of having Tim Allen
Why were you
as
so
Buzz.
broken up about that?
I love Tim Allen. Buzz,
Oh,
as
me
Buzz
too.
Lightyear.
Me
But
too.
that's the whole point of the thought.
Yeah.
Buzz Lightyear was my hero when
But
I was
wait,
like
yeah,
12.
Who are you thinking?
Gary Busey.
God.
Just because of the
Yeah,
because of the
that's good.
scenes when he doesn't know where he is and what he's doing, he doesn't know he's a toy. Can you just imagine Gary Busey just like muttering like like just,
That's all I can imagine is him just muttering. Yeah.
exactly.
I
think
want
it'd
to
be
go
hilarious.
around multiple times. I think there's so many funny ones. Do you have one, Jared?
Yes.
What do we got?
Only because we're going on the comedy route.
It's
I want to
the
see.
easiest way
I
to
want to
go.
see Jack Nicholson as Willy Wonka and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Wow.
That would be
Yo, that
honestly.
would be.
I have to give you credit for that because with
I'm only going comedy. If it was serious role, I'm not going to tell
Well,
you
to
that.
be honest
because-
with
but
you,
that's-
no one-
I think that's like like you were saying, like it makes
yeah,
sense.
because I
But, like,
love
it's just
the original
ridiculous
with
to
Gene
think about.
Wilder. I
Yes.
loved it, and I
and
thought
because
Johnny
Jack
Depp
Nicholson
did
is
such a bad yeah.
douchebag.
He
And
could kind of pull
just
that
like
off.
Gene Wilder
Yeah.
in that one. He's a douchebag.
I agree.
And he would be fucking awesome. But that's in that regard.
All right, so I guess Mike, you have another one you want to throw out, don't you? We don't have to go in order.
Well,
just-
Uno Mas. Wait.
I have
Okay.
one.
Oh man, you guys invited
Write it
me here
down.
for one reason.
Yeah, maybe. We should decide.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Continue.
I forgot what I had.
Oh
That's all right.
bullshit! You liar. Liar.
I guess
So
I can think of
we can wrap this back around real quick then, if you
No.
want.
Oh,
So,
like Hollywood
I
and
think we
Illuminati.
No, we were talking about Tom Cruise. So there's been a lot of
No, we're talking about
documentaries.
Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I
and
know,
all of
but
them.
at some point we mentioned Tom Cruise, and I just want to know what your thoughts are about Scientology, because we have all these documentaries coming out now. Leah
L. Ron
Remini.
Hubbard was a fraud. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay,
so
so
there's been a bunch of documentaries on.
yeah,
Scientology.
Leah
And-
Remini has the show where she is like supposedly outing them, and I only say supposedly because
Not
I
just
don't
her,
know the
buddy.
information. No, I know, but she's the
Not
main.
just her.
She's the main one that they're advertising and putting on talk shows and stuff like that. But she's
Are they gone?
or who gone?
The Scientologist? No.
No.
She didn't do much good. It's the
Wait,
same
was
thing with
that-
the Mormon. It's the
was that
same
her
thing with the
goal
Mormon.
to-
It's the same thing with anything. And that's my whole point. Like, just because you and I were born in a different age when these cults, I'm going to call them all cults, even the Catholic religion's a cult, and the Christian
I
religion's a cult.
honestly I agree with that.
I could.
But what, I
understand
didn't even finish. What do you? How you can agree? Man, I
Well, I'm
didn't
just
finish.
agreeing with
about
that
them being
point.
a cult.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of them are cults.
Yeah.
The Jehovah's Witness are cults.
Sure.
All of them. And you know, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I apologize, because I don't apologize for anything.
What is
It has to be. It has to be a cult, because if you don't abide by
that is
So
exactly what
just
a
for
cult is.
reference, Mike brought up the
If-
definition
if
for
you-
the word cult. It says a noun, a system of religious veneration and devotion directed towards a particular figure or object. So that basically confirms
religious,
what
or
you
religion.
just said. Yeah, any religion would fall
well,
into that category.
here, I'm going to blow your mind even further, and this is a problem with America, actually, honestly.
Oh shit.
Hey, what you have to look. Have you ever heard of epistemology or I've been drinking.
Is that the
so-
study of Jeffrey Epstein?
No. That was good. That was good. Epistemology or epistemology or whatever.
No, I'm not familiar.
Okay, that has to do with the root words of our language, which we speak English. Okay, and some people speak Spanish, and then some people speak German and everything else. Okay. No. Here, give me this
Yeah, just
damn
hit that and
thing.
I'll say, "Did you
No, give me this. You don't even know how to spell it.
No, I don't know how to spell anything, to be honest with you.
All right, I'm putting this in now. Epistemology. That's what.
Epistemology.
No, not Epstein.
That's not
that was
not what I
good. You
said.
Hey, that was good. That was good.
epilepsy, right?
No.
Epistemology. You just had it.
There we go. Boom. The study of root words.
The theory
and their
of
fans.
knowledge, especially with regard to its methods, validity, and scope. Epistemology is the investigation of what distinguishes justified belief from opinion. Okay?
Yeah. No, that's fine. But what is an opinion? Also, language. How many words have we came up with as Americans and English speakers? Dough is now a word from fucking Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
So,
It's an onomatopoeia.
but, yeah. Well, honestly, I don't have a. Mike's gonna have to do that.
So, essentially,
And nobody that we're talking to can see what we're looking up.
yeah, that's
They
why we're
can?
trying. No, they can't. But that's why
Oh.
we're trying to explain
Well,
and read it.
okay, but that's the root words. That actually means 90% of what we're all talking about, because what was the main form of language?
Speech.
Drawing.
No, oh my god. No, before speech or whatever, it was cuneiform. Okay? And then after that, it was like hieroglyphics, and then it was Sumerian, and then it was Aramaic. I don't
get
know
what you're
the
saying.
All right,
Kind of
so
like you're talking about how like Spanish, Italian, they're all Latin-based languages.
well,
They-
and then some are Germanic based.
Exactly, yeah. What
are we
English
getting at,
is a
though? I'm
Germanic
confused.
and Latin based, actually. But I don't care even if the
but your point is they all
biggest
have their
scholar,
root.
the Latin scholar will tell you, oh, everything stems from Latin. Yeah, it might be. And the Germanic tribes, the Germanic speakers, they might have had language that closely resembled Latin speakers. But my main thing is we've all
Fuck
been
the hoes.
disconnected from that, and coming from the Bible, God wanted all of us to speak different languages if we came from different nations for a certain reason. And you want to get into Illuminati and all that. The Illuminati gives us clues, and they tell us in numbers, symbolism, and symbiology.
What?
No, they have to.
Who though?
The
Well,
Illuminati.
hey, look.
Okay,
look,
means
I'm
of
only,
what, though,
I'm
I'm
only
saying?
trying to tie this into. Hey, you guys.
Yeah, I'm saying how are
invited
they?
me here to talk
Where
about
I just want to know
conspiracies.
where are they leaving these symbols?
Where
are you finding
in
them?
movies and TV
Okay.
and in the newspapers?
So you're kind of
Mainstream
subscribing
media.
to like the iconography,
Subscribing.
the iconography version of it, where it's
The
like
name of this
icons are the
podcast is
Illuminati.
Episode 2, subscribing.
No,
was
I've used that word. I've used that word because everybody subscribes
but
to some
I-
form
I-
of bullshit,
I've been
and that's
using
all
a
it
lot
is.
too,
It's
though, but
bullshit.
It's
the
perfect.
right word for it.
It's
though.
perfect in this new social media age where everybody wants followers and subscribers.
I don't
it's-
want any
it's
subscribers.
very
I want to be left the fuck alone.
What did I
well,
ask?
You're an outlier.
I don't even remember.
Oh,
what the
oh,
I
yeah,
asked?
using my word.
When it's right, it's right. When the shoe fits, you wear it, right? So
I just want to be left the
This
hell
is-
alone.
this
And
is
guess what? The
normal
government
talk
doesn't know
about
how to leave you alone.
The government doesn't, right?
No, they don't.
So less government.
go ahead, you could say it. If that's what you believe, go ahead. If you believe in less government.
I'm saying, right?
I, for one, think people are too stupid to have less
See,
government.
and this is the interesting
It's-
part. I
think-
can't even
I think
fathom
I-
that.
look,
So you
more-
think more government
Hey,
is
more
good?
gov-
I can't
No,
picture it. I
no.
feel
the
like
more
I
you
can't
want to
picture
take away government, the more you need to educate people.
The
There's
more
just
you
not
want to
enough
add
education.
government, though, the less freedom you
people
have.
only
Exactly.
You want
peop-
you want
Exactly.
government to be involved in things like marriage?
If
Actually, I'm married and I'm not
not-
state
alright, so-
sanctified.
But
married.
exactly.
so, let me.
Why should they have
let me
their hand in
clarify
that
this.
at all?
I don't-
Up until 600 years ago, there was no such thing as marriage from the state. 600 years ago.
So let me clarify
So,
this real
no,
quick.
I'm dead serious. Like I asked my wife to marry me, and when she said yes, that's when we were married in my eyes and in God's eyes.
So I
That's how
don't. I don't believe
So
that
forget the
government
state, but in
should
order,
step in and control these things. But I feel like if you're not going to educate yourself to do
That's
this,
just such a cynical view on everything. You're assuming that everyone's not
Hold
capable
on.
of
He didn't
holding their
really
own. Though.
finish.
no,
That's
I
the
don't.
premise of that.
I don't
right?
think that. Well, not
You have no faith in humanity, is what it sounds like.
Reno, you don't have to make out.
not really. I don't have a lot of faith in humanity. At this point,
should.
I do think that
You should.
our generation is starting to make an upswing and starting to educate their children
No.
and actually,
Wrong.
teach them things that because this is the problem.
You're wrong.
Like things like
I'll tell you.
home economics in school. We used to have home economics in school.
Home ec?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Of
Non-existent.
course.
Do you know how to sew a button onto your own shirt?
Yeah, from home ec.
Yeah. You're a self-sufficient human being who can sew your
We're
own
leaving
shit
out-
when it breaks
Hey,
up.
what year
you
was
can
that?
cook a meal.
What year was that?
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
But that's my point.
Hold on.
None of
No.
that
No,
exists
I'm-
now.
None of that's going to
This-
happen. The more
For
government
the
control, though.
listeners, we have to.
Next thing you know,
we
they're
have
going to be
to-
putting sanctions on fucking beef and how many
Guys.
packets of bacon
When
you can
was
buy.
that?
You don't want that. You want to have some sort
Hey,
of freedom.
We're not just speaking for ourselves. For the
I
listeners,
don't.
When
I
was
don't
that?
want that. But if
When
you look
was
at
home
countries
ec when
like
they actually
China,
taught you anything?
who are very
Yeah,
communist.
but they're also not a democracy. Yeah, so you just don't want a democracy, is what it
communist.
seems
That
like.
no.
word is
I'm not
used
saying
so-
that. I'm just
so
saying
loosely now.
that it works for them.
It doesn't work. They're forced. Everyone's forced to do whatever. There's no choice.
And
Yeah, but the
and
people-
school
That's the whole point of
nowadays-
it.
In school nowadays.
I'm not
What
disagreeing
do you
no,
mean
with
he's
with
talking
that.
about. He's trying to use China as an example to
Yeah,
almost
but we're not China, son.
No, I understand that.
like say that almost
Well, I
communism
mean,
is like a
the-
good
No.
idea.
This
It
is
sounds
this
like
is
it
what
seems
I'm
like-
this is what I'm saying. If the
Hey,
if the
we're
country
losing it. We're losing
continues
We're talking over
If-
each other a little bit.
if the
I
country
know, that's what I'm saying,
continues
we're
in the
losing
way that it's continuing, where
Reno.
people just don't care to educate themselves and people don't care to do
Reno.
anything other than indulge in vices, we're going to get to the point where it almost probably would be better. I don't
Reno.
want it to get to that
Reno.
point. I hope
Where-
it never gets to that point.
Reno.
But the fact that there's such a lack of education is a huge problem.
Reno.
Yeah, but you can't
Reno.
just add government to
let
fix
Jared
it.
pop in.
No, I'm going to ask 2 questions
Mm-hmm.
very quick. Where did you get your base study from? And the second question, and it coincides with what I'm about that. Well, what I just asked you is how long ago did all this happen? Because in 2006, people were a lot smarter. We
Okay,
didn't have and this little segue, we did not have smartphones where it can look up on the internet what a word means.
But that
We actually had to know.
Smarter?
No, because they don't use it for that.
No, they don't. They use it for porn. They use it for everything else.
What have we been doing the whole time? When
You and I are, yeah, in this
No.
podcast,
No,
and
but-
we're looking up root. We shouldn't even have to do this.
No, but it's
Besi-
nice to know that
besides-
the information is there.
Proclivities, yes. Because I've heard that word numerous times, and I've used it a couple times, and I did not know the exact definition. I thought proclivities were whatever I thought to be
That's
was.
one example of just that.
And it's helpful. The internet is helpful, but it is also very detrimental to
sure,
what we're talking about. And that's the
my
question I
point is
had.
that
I
not
had for him.
everyone is using it for total nonsense.
No, we're
A
just
lot of
using it for
people
porn.
are using it for something that has substance.
Of course, we don't ever want to speak in absolutes here, but
Oh,
the,
because we're not the Sith.
but the
I'm
fact
gonna
is,
keep using that, by the
majority
way.
of people do not use it to
No. I'll
grow
agree
their
with you on that.
intellectual
Sure,
abilities.
Sure, yeah.
They're using
I
it
do.
for social media and
Pleasure
things
do.
like
and
that.
social media.
But
I do.
Or
to
a
Dillon's point, I get your question, I get what you're saying, and I guess what I mean to say is, it is my fear that if people continue to stay uneducated and irrational as we are now, it would allow the government to step in and take over,
They already have.
like it has
They already have.
in somewhere like China.
Yeah, but what you had said is that you wanted more government.
No, I don't want more government. I don't.
Then what do you
Oh,
want?
okay. Then yeah.
Then what do you want?
I want
To me, it sounds like that. I mean,
want-
that's
I want
That's what it
freedom.
sounds like.
I want.
does.
I want freedom of knowledge.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
think
that's the internet we have now.
That's
Unless
true.
the big
That's
tech
true.
gets
Exactly.
into the way and YouTube censoring a whole bunch of people.
I want freedom of knowledge. I want freedom of speech, like we have.
How
I'm
do
not.
we have that in America?
I know, and I'm not
We can't.
disagreeing in,
No,
in
that's
saying
So
that.
let's slow down and let him talk because we're
I
all on the
know.
same page.
I'm not saying that any of that is that America isn't what I want, or that I would rather live in another country. What I'm saying is,
Asking.
No, I see what you're saying.
okay,
You're saying if we keep going at the pattern we're going today, that eventually at some point we're going to need government. Your opinion,
and
is
then
that we're
they're
going to
just
need
gonna
the government
step
to
in and do it,
They've
and we're not
already-
gonna
I
get a
just
choice
don't
in it.
believe that because that's just my opinion, which is fine because you're seeing it half empty. I'm seeing it half full. I don't think that it's going to get that way.
Okay.
I think the less that you constrict, the more freely things are able to flow. I think the less you have hands in your pockets, the more able you can.
That's why you said I have no faith in humanity.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you
Wow.
got to give the people a chance. Like we have these. The more government you have, the more chance they're going to take away the rights that you have.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
that's just my thing. I
No,
can't.
that
you
would
can't
be
have
Give me
the
a
rights
pound on
taken
that.
away.
That would
'cause
be their
you and
job.
Yes.
That's literally all they
And
would
that's
be
just
there
all
for.
I fear. I fear just losing the rights. I don't
Yeah.
care. I'm pretty.
And that comes back to our conversation earlier about would in a dystopia or utopia, whatever, would you choose to work or not? My perspective on that question
Reminds me
wasn't-
of Kurt Vonnegut and George Orwell.
It wasn't any one answer of the two. It was the fact that you got asked the question. The fact that you were given a choice. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
When you don't have a choice, then it's meaningless. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Like,
what do you think makes America great?
Trump.
Donald J. Trump, bitches.
Yeah.
No, just I had to say it.
No,
I had to
actually, hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this straight up, and people can actually, or hopefully, whatever. Screw Donald Trump. He's a billionaire. He was one of the only MFers I was able to actually conceal carry
What is an
in New
MFer?
York State, huh?
What is an MFer?
I'm not gonna say it. Mother humper. Okay.
That's the so what you did there is you did the that's an MH.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where that sound was coming from.
It's coming from the fire.
Coming from those
house.
motherfuckers out there.
The White House.
Yeah, no, hey, no. He is one of the only people
Motherfuckers.
that was actually able to conceal carry in New York City. Yeah, well, while everybody's
Sorry,
laughing,
He was able to do what?
I needed
No,
that
really.
out. I needed
he
that
was
out.
one
I
of the
needed to hear
only.
that.
He was one of the only people in New York City to be able to conceal carry a pistol for self-defense.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Good for
What?
him.
Yes.
Wait, he was the
Well,
only person
yeah, good for
allowed
him,
to?
but
One
yet
of.
he's trying to take away our gun rights.
Is
I
he?
voted for Trump.
What
Well,
rights
the
is
book-
he trying to take away? I just wanna know.
call him.
I'm not
I call
arguing
him-
with you. I just want to know because I
I'm a
don't
simple
know.
issue
hang on.
voter.
I need. Wait. He's
See that?
He's
I'm
trying
simple
to
as-
take away gun
So-
rights.
I highly
Yes.
doubt that.
So this is
Yeah,
that's
you doubt it,
surprising.
but his voting record and what he's done, and I will debate anybody on this.
What rights has he taken away thus far?
Bump stock ban.
Do you have a right
So-
to
Red
a bump
flag
stock ban,
laws?
though? Do you have
So-
a right to it? though?
Red flag laws.
Question for you,
Have
Jared.
Wait. Have you ever heard of the red flag laws? Have you heard of them?
no.
You just
Have
said
you-
it. I've heard of it right now.
This has been going on since.
All right. So
What
what
was
are
it?
they?
Yeah, just give
Red
it.
flag laws means that this guy or Mikey.
Ed Flagla.
Hey, that means
In the
this
United
guy,
States, a red flag
my
law-
cousins right here, could say, "Oh, I don't think because he believes in quote unquote conspiracy theories, he shouldn't own a gun because he thinks everybody's coming after him."
Yeah.
They can call the police.
And they did. They just did that in Maryland last month. or
They
the month
killed
before,
a
and
guy.
That guy died. Yeah.
No, it was a year and a half ago.
I think one just happened pretty recently. It was on the news. But I know what
Okay,
you're
so-
talking about.
Is it-
So then let me pose this
wait,
question
Why
to
are
you.
you not letting me finish? Why you not letting me finish?
Go ahead.
He is the proponent of the red flag laws and the bump stock ban. The bump stock ban. I call Donald Trump the bump stock Don or bump stock Trump.
But is he taking away your rights? Because
Yes,
the
he
rule
is.
Right there. Wait, but hold on, real quick. Because
Yeah, no, that's fine.
The actual
I won't
statute
get angry
right
with
there
you.
says that it temporarily takes
No,
away
it
from
does.
you.
No,
That's just what it
temporarily.
says. I mean, temporarily indefinitely.
How
What do you mean?
temporarily are you going through
So
a divorce proceeding?
let me pose
or
this.
how temporarily are you going through
Let me pose this question for you then, because you clearly are steadfast on your belief of
What
the
do you
gun
mean?
rights.
What are you talking about steadfast?
You're
I'm a single issue voter. That's all it is.
Exactly.
I don't trust Trump.
That's what I
Hey,
mean by
did you know
steadfast.
Donald Trump is actually related to Hillary Clinton? You
No.
want to talk? Yeah, he is.
No, I'm not saying no, as in that. No, I didn't know that. But,
Well, then
but
now you know.
my point is,
They're all part of the club, and you ain't in it. That's George Carlin, son.
you're
You guys know George
You're
Carlin?
firm on your beliefs in gun rights, but there's
No,
obviously
everybody.
a problem. Yeah, you're firm in your beliefs on gun rights.
You should own one.
And
If you're out
obviously,
of jail, if you're not in jail,
This is a big discussion in.
no, you need to put in Bumstock ban, not Bumstock on Wicked fucking Pedia.
I'm just trying to understand your lingo because I'm not.
My lingo?
I don't own guns.
I know
I
you
fired guns with you one time. I don't know anything about guns. I'm trying to understand what a bump
And,
stock
well,
is.
To be
Hey,
honest,
hey,
Mike
hey.
killed a man when he fired that weapon.
I killed one
Hey.
person with a gun.
Hey,
And
well,
he had
no.
a bump stock.
No.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, I'm
with a
sorry,
bump
I'm
stock.
sorry.
No,
No,
but I
hey,
can see how somebody
hey,
can kill a lot of people
hey,
with a bump
since this
stock,
is a
and
public
that's the
forum,
problem.
Honestly,
Like, why
since
is a bump stock ban bad? This seems like something that nobody needs. I understand the
it's
whole...
not called the Bill of Needs, it's called the Bill of Rights.
And he's right. He's right.
I'm 100% right.
It's the same thing that we were saying with Reno earlier. He
So
said,
here's my question,
Is it on
though.
paper illegal?
because
No, but
this
it-
is what I'm trying to
This
get.
is
This is what I'm trying to get to the bottom of.
Right, I
You're a
understand
single
that.
issue voter,
It's-
and that single issue is gun
Well,
rights. So
yeah.
there's obviously a problem in this country with gun control. There's
You
obviously a problem.
no, reconfigure your question.
Hold on.
Well, I haven't asked the question yet because you
No,
stopped
you
me.
did. No, you
said there's a
did. You
problem
said
with
your
gun
problem.
All right,
control.
stop. Let Reno speak.
No, I said that your issue is gun control. You're a one issue voter. That's gun control. That's what you just said. And I said that there's obviously a problem with gun control in this country. There's an argument.
What's the problem, though? That's
Yep,
all I want to
what-
know.
The problem is
Wait.
the problem is that nobody.
Let Reno speak.
That's
Let
what
Reno
I-
speak.
The problem is that nobody can agree on it.
On
Sure.
what?
On gun
Yeah,
control.
you know why? Because you either have
it doesn't- I don't
people that
understand
love
that doesn't
freedom
make any
or
sense.
people
How
that
does
love
it not make any
slavery.
sense?
You're
People
saying
can't.
there's an issue on
Hey,
gun control, and the
hey,
issue
what-
is on
hey,
gun
There's a
control.
lot of people talking right now.
I
Hold
just
on.
don't
Talking.
understand it.
No, the issue on gun control is that the lawmakers can't agree on what the laws should and shouldn't be.
No, there's already a law. What they're trying to do is
There's only
is-
one law.
Is
There's only one law.
Yeah, exactly there is, and you're allowed to fucking own a weapon.
This
Any
is,
weapon.
This
And
is
it-
the,
No,
the
not
thing is,
any
it doesn't
weapon.
matter if okay.
But
I'm
gun
gonna say this
control
right
is
now.
different
I've
than
never
owning
fired
a
weapon.
gun.
Hold on, I'm
Stop.
speaking. I've never
Yes.
fired a weapon ever in my life, ever.
I've invited
but
him,
what I
he
do
didn't it.
understand is the amendments.
Second
Like,
Amendment.
you can't. It doesn't matter if it's necessary. It doesn't fucking matter. You're allowed to have it. That's like saying maybe Mikey was 190 pounds and he should stop fucking eating, but he goes out and he has a second helping.
Shit.
Should he have that second helping? Who knows? But it's his right to fucking have the second
sure.
helping.
Well,
That's all I'm
kinda
saying.
bad.
I understand that
It's a bad
argument.
analogy.
Can I
Kinda
please
bad.
make a point, though? Can I please make a point?
Yeah.
This is the thing. So, if there is a ban on...
Read it. Well, no, go back. Read it verbatim.
Yes, okay. So the Second Amendment to the Constitution, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Wait. Before you finish, read that last part again before the comment.
Shall not be
What?
infringed.
Exactly.
Okay.
The only
So
amendment
if
that
I,
says
if I
that.
ban bump stocks, that doesn't mean that you have... you still can bear arms.
And that's
No.
exactly my point.
No,
There's a difference
no,
between
you're
gun
wrong.
control
You're
and a
wrong.
ban on
It's
guns.
interpretation.
Type in-
Any
no,
argument
no.
that any of us have, clearly me and Reno are on
Type
one side
in-
and you
type
guys
in
are on another
infringe.
side.
No,
Let's
not
type
at
it.
all.
Okay,
Not
well,
at
maybe
all.
not you.
Now that you just said that,
Mike,
that makes
Listen
sense.
to
Mike.
what I'm saying.
Mike.
Jared, please listen to me. Please. I'm
This is the Second Amendment. This is the basis of all laws
I
in the United
understand
States.
that.
But nobody's questioning
I
the
know.
amendment.
Oh, no, you guys are.
I'm not. Yes. No.
No.
Listen.
What
to
does
me.
infringe mean? Should not be touched at all. I should be able to own a nuke
Yeah,
if
so
I can
you can
afford
own
it.
you can own a gun. I'm not saying you can't own a gun. I'm saying
it means
that
more
these,
than that.
I'm saying that these guns are excessive and unnecessary. Why do you need to be able to kill 15 people?
Yeah, okay.
in
It's
12
not Bill of
seconds?
Needs.
It's
It's a Bill
almost
of
like
Rights.
it's almost like you're saying.
You still can have a gun.
It's almost like you're
No.
saying. It's almost like
Wrong.
you're saying.
That's ridiculous to me. I throw my hands up and say that is wrong. I'm
Mike,
sorry.
Can I just
Mike-
say this real quick? It's almost like
Sure.
you're saying you can drive a vehicle,
Actually, you're not
but
allowed
it can
to.
only be
Under
a
the
1920s Ford. Hold on, F-150 or whatever that doesn't have AC. It doesn't have power steering.
Is
Hold
that
on.
the
It doesn't.
same?
Hold on. It doesn't have brake fluid. It doesn't have any amenity that would make that thing a little better. But you can drive it. What the fuck?
I understand what
You
you're
know what
saying.
I'm saying? I'm
no,
on
no,
both
no.
sides of the
I
fence.
get what
Let
you're
him
saying,
finish.
but I think it's more akin to saying like you can drive, but you can't drive a race car on the streets
whoa.
in a residential
Hey,
area.
Cars are not
I think-
under the
I think the-
Constitution.
Yeah, but then
people.
once you say that, then that opens the floodgates to all different types of stipulations. Once you have one stipulation from the fucking main drag,
gets worse and
once
worse.
then it's just like, well, if we did this, then I guess
I
we
get
could do
it.
this,
I
and we
get
could do
that.
this,
I get
that,
that.
this.
I
Just
understand.
stay with the fucking rule
Jared,
and
I
don't.
understand. I
Okay.
understand what you're
That's
saying.
all I'm
That
saying.
that was what my
Nope.
question was
Nope.
to Jared.
Y'all
But-
don't understand.
Because what my belief personally is
Go
that
back
there
to
needs
that.
to be
Type in
education.
shall not be infringed.
I believe
Or
maybe
type
that
in infringed.
it should be brought into schools as like
Actively
a
break
part
the
of gym
terms,
class, like archery.
making
That's
Making
not
us-
actively breaking the terms. It's
Actually,
not.
yes,
no,
it
it's
is.
not. You can still bear arms. It's not saying that you can't bear any arms. It's saying you can't bear the specific arm.
Now, if you're-
you cannot use.
Where's
the
this
specific
root
type
word
of arm.
from? Do you know what bare arms means?
Yes,
To
it
have
means
bear-
everyone
Yeah,
is
B-
allowed to
claws
have
A-
and
R
furs
and
firearms.
and pads.
Yep.
And you can climb trees.
All right.
better.
Well,
Well, no, let's
Victor
check it out.
would know.
Let's check it all out.
no,
Bear,
I would know.
Victor hunts bears, so he
No,
would know
two
what bear
bear,
arms
two
are.
bear.
Carry. It's gonna be the
Yeah,
same thing.
and you should have the right to bear
Okay,
arms.
and then
that could be a
arms.
sword. It could be a gun. It could be a cannon.
It could be a set of arms.
Could be.
You could bear arms with bear arms if you
well,
wanted to.
well,
If you
hey,
want.
if you talk to Mike Tyson, his arms are
Tiger arms.
no, they're actually legally
Registered
weapons.
weapons. Yeah.
Yes,
So he literally bears arms
Yeah.
every fucking morning.
armaments.
Your
Your
armaments. I
armaments.
stand by my point. I don't think that it's infringement. I think that you're still able.
I get what- I get what you're
Mike,
saying, though,
Mike, and that's why you and I will always
But this-
differ.
I think-
until you understand the exact reason why the
I think I
Second
can help-
Amendment was put in place.
I think I can help
none of you
bridge the
can
gap
help.
here. Yeah,
That-
no,
that-
I do.
no,
I
it's
do because
solidified.
I truly understand what you're
Solidified.
saying.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't even
do.
get to my main point, but go ahead.
Your main point is it says not to infringe upon it. That means at all. That's unwavering. Our right to bear arms is our right to bear arms. There's no gray area when it
break
comes
the
to that.
terms.
Yeah, I understand. Let me.
And
I'm trying to.
shall
I'm trying to
not
break this
be
down for you.
infringed.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what he's saying. He's saying that it is what it is. There's no two ways about it. You have a right to bear arms, and whatever that
Shall
includes.
not
You still
be
can.
infringed.
You still can.
But what you're saying is outside of war, why do you need an automatic
Right.
weapon? You're not gonna gun down a fucking
You're
deer
living
in the
city.
woods.
Oh.
What do you
Yeah, but you
But-
don't understand the main
but-
purpose of the
Jared,
amendment.
Jared
listen.
needs a moment
To Jared's
after
to
your
Jared's
No,
point.
I'll keep
Why
quiet.
why doesn't he
I'll
have the right to take that semi-automatic machine gun and go to the range?
It's
And-
there's
and
no
shoot
such
it.
thing as a semi-automatic machine gun.
Whatever the case may be.
Yo, you guys make me laugh so bad.
Jared.
Can I
No,
say
keep
something
going,
real quick?
keep
Let me
going.
say
No,
something.
no.
No, I think Jared's point is
No, keep going.
I'm just saying.
I want to hear all the
What?
I want to hear all the conglomerate.
He doesn't know what he's saying. Just go ahead.
You gotta
Who doesn't? No, I'm laughing because this is ridiculous.
I was just gonna say that I fucking forget because of all the bullshit. Maybe it'll come back to
All
me.
right, why is it ridiculous?
All right, first off, there's no such thing as. An
Oh wait, I
assault
remember.
rifle.
I remember. Can I get
Okay,
back to
go
it real
ahead,
quick?
go ahead, go ahead.
I think Jared's thing was it's the way the amendment's written. So you don't need a machine gun. You don't need an automatic weapon or whatever. But you can. What happens? And it's okay. Let's say it's a fucking.
The whole
let's say
purpose-
it's 0.1% that this is gonna happen. What if the fucking government turns on you? And then guess what? They limited your ability to defend yourself
They
to the
already have.
fullest
They already
ability.
turned
At
on
any
us.
capacity.
At any capacity,
Yeah,
except for a
at any
single
capacity.
round at a time. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to get fucked up. Not saying that that's going to happen, but if it does,
But you
you're
have
on the
the right
wrong
to
fucking
protect
fence,
yourself
man. You're on
from
the
it.
wrong side of the fence. Because guess what? They stripped you down. They made you as least fucking defendable as possible so that when they do, if they do, come and swoop in, it's as easy as possible for them to do it. You're not fucking...
I trust
No.
you. I get that. I get that.
That makes
I get-
sense, though, right?
I
No,
get that
no,
sentiment. I
It
understand.
doesn't make sense?
No,
I
I'm not saying
understand
anything.
that, but my point of view is, I understand how that has value, and you know, being afraid of something like that happening.
Afraid?
And being that's what it is. That is exactly what it is.
Afraid.
Yes, you're afraid of your government turning on you, and you want to be prepared.
I'm not afraid of anything.
Well, then why do you need these crazy weapons?
It's called keeping the government in check. Do you see what they're doing now? They're
Why?
What
Why?
do you
Because
mean,
you're
why?
afraid of your government. You're afraid. That's
I'm
what
not.
it
I'm
is.
not afraid. I'm keeping them
If
in
you aren't
check.
afraid, then why do you need weapons?
But how does a couple
keeping
guns
them
keep
in
them
check.
in check though?
How? Are you
It's-
shooting all the government officials?
They just
What are you doing with the
assassinated a
weapons?
world leader.
You're keeping them for if something happens. You're
There you go. Wait.
something you're afraid of.
I'm not afraid of anything.
That's bullshit. That's total bullshit.
I'm not. I'm
sorry.
going to keep them in check.
I never get heated like that, but that's total bullshit. You're
Well, you
afraid,
can
and
believe
that's
that
why
if you
got
want, but
weapons.
he actually
Go
had
ahead,
a very
Reno,
good point. Go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh, I said, having a couple of guns I can understand, but that
Couple of
doesn't.
guns. That's nothing.
That's what I mean.
How do
They just.
how do you think we
Big
won the
overthrow.
Revolutionary War?
Well, I'm not saying
But
it
I'm
can't
saying-
happen,
I'm
but
saying-
like, I'm saying you're afraid of it.
You're saying
It's happening.
you're saying to keep the government in check, but you owning guns, how does that keep them in check when they just assassinated a world leader? He controlled an army.
Yeah. And
I just want you to
Hey,
He
clarify.
all right,
probably had a lot of automatic weapons.
I just
No.
want you to clarify. That's all.
well, you don't need automatic weapons, and actually, they're very inaccurate. So,
That's
what
true.
what do you guys want?
I
Do
don't
you
want
under?
anything.
Do you,
I don't own
hey,
guns.
how long were we in Vietnam? Well, how long? No, I want to hear from the experts. You guys,
I
how
don't claim to
how
be an expert.
well? How long were we in Vietnam?
I don't know. Too long.
I believe it was from
No, too long is not.
the early
Dylan,
60s to
you're
early
on my-
70s.
yeah, I think it ended in like
Early
74.
60s, early 70s.
I think it was 1963 to
So about 10
1975,
years.
and then
12
we
years.
got the guys out of Saigon. But how long have we been in Iraq and Afghanistan?
Since 2001 at least.
Well, Iraq
2002.
2003, I believe. I believe, or maybe
50
2005.
55 to 75.
In Vietnam.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the longest running war has been in this Afghanistan, Iraq.
Is this still technically the
Look, I'm not trying to get
whatever it's
off
called?
topic here. The topic is
Operation
there are people. The whole reason you guys brought me on this whole freaking shindig is that you guys want to know about the conspiracies. There's a conspiracy to run the world. You actually look into who owns the major banks, who owns all the
So
oil.
who is it?
The Illuminati.
Okay.
And well, honestly,
It all comes back to the fucking
wait,
Illuminati.
Wait, no, stop.
Son of a bitch!
That is called a buzzword. Have you ever heard of buzzword?
yeah, Illuminati.
That is the
Buzz.
buzzword.
Or,
they're actually
Something to get your attention.
Yeah,
that's something to
like
take your
pussy.
mind off.
Yeah. To distract.
You guys don't even know half of the players in the game.
No, we don't. That's why you're
I
here.
know about 3/4.
Yeah, but I need 5 hours to talk to you guys about this.
You
Not,
ain't
Talk
got it,
about,
boy.
talk
Two.
about what's on your mind now with in regards to the subject. You
Yeah.
don't have to-
Well,
you don't
in
have to-
regards to the subject, the Second Amendment was put into place to keep the government in check, the citizens to keep the government in check.
Yeah.
Our rights have been trampled on for the past at least 150 years. Since 1863, when Abraham Lincoln tried to tell the South what they needed to do.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Please.
Good.
So
that's why we're here.
The Second Amendment, what did you just say was put into place to keep the government in check, right?
Yeah.
So
From tyranny.
how many times can
We're already in
can
tyrannical
you point
times,
to like any documented times where an automatic or a bump stock, semi-auto, whatever like that thing.
You know they had automatic weapons back in the 1700s, right?
When did this keep the government in check as opposed to how many people, innocent people, were killed by?
You know, that's
bump
a
stock?
that's a media talking point.
Well, let's be very
You know that,
clear
right?
about something real
wait,
quick.
when was okay, don't take away the second half of my question. How often has that been used to keep the government in check?
You know what automatic fire is for, right?
To kill a lot of people at once?
No, it's for suppressive fire. Automatic firing is only
people can
for
move.
suppressive fire.
It's not meant to be accurate.
It's not. It's supposed to scare people to get them keeping down
Distracted.
because they don't want to get shot in the head by a random stray bullet. Semi-automatic fire is the key.
You know, it's also a question that you just asked. Is also like saying how many times has
It protected.
how many
our
times has the
country.
Second Amendment actually protected somebody from a tyrannical
Uh,
government?
Well, I was gonna
a
say
lot.
that
I'm
if
saying
you look,
Bundy
in
Ranch.
our
if
country,
you look
though, I'm
over,
saying.
oh yeah, but
Almost not too fucking
Well,
open.
look at-
But
saying.
I'm
That's
saying,
bull- no, that's
my
bullshit.
statement. Okay,
Now-
who cares if it's bullshit? My statement then becomes:
it's not
say they
accurate.
say that and then take it away. Then
not
that's when it
accurate.
happens.
Well, look at Europe. Look at Europe.
No,
they
look
they
at
took
Europe.
away.
They're banning knives.
Well,
you can't
that's
cut your
my
damn
point.
steaks.
That's my point. Why are they taking away knives? Because they banned guns,
Look.
and what happened? People said, "Okay, take away guns. We're just gonna start fucking stabbing people."
Yeah.
They're gonna find a way. Taking away the guns
forget the
isn't gonna
knives.
solve
They're
the fucking
throwing acid
problem.
at
People are
people.
violent. People are
And
are
that's
crazy.
also an immigration problem. It's because people are coming from, the Middle East.
When have semi-automatic weapons protected us from the government? Like
From
Very
our own
easy.
government or a different government?
from our own government?
Because that's a
When
question.
When have people in
The
our
Civil
country-
War, the War of 1812, automatic weapons were back before the 1700s.
Since then.
What do you mean since then? Those are. The more Americans
so-
died during the Civil War than any other war combined,
Yeah, because it was all fought on our soil.
and most Americans died.
And nothing after that was fought on our soil.
Yeah. Well, do you want it to? Do you want it to happen? Did you know that one of
But
the admirals of the Japanese Navy?
The argument for the Second Amendment isn't against.
Well,
other
yeah.
countries.
Let's talk about that real quick.
It's against
What
our
is
own
the
government.
argument for the Second Amendment?
The
being,
argument is
It's to
right
protect
currently,
ourselves
right now.
against-
No, I'm not saying what does it mean. I'm saying what is the actual what strife
Very
is the
easy.
Second Amendment in
Do you want me to write it
now?
down? Do you want me to write it down?
What
Okay.
strife is
What
it
do you
under?
mean?
You look at every
who's
state-
attacking it? What
I'm gonna write it down.
What's in the midst of happening? Like I don't understand fully of what is being
Well, to my understanding,
done to the
Well,
Second
hold on,
Amendment
let
right
me-
now.
to my
lot of it is
understanding,
Bump stock bams.
there's a very bipartisan conflict going on where the conservatives feel that
Because of all the mass
it's
shootings
being
and whatnot.
attacked
Yeah.
by
Mass
the
shootings.
liberals because
Jared,
of the
that's
mass
false
shootings.
Let Jared speak
flags.
also.
False flags done
What
by
do
the
you mean- what do you
media. Done by the media.
You saying
But
some of them
these
never
mass
happened?
shootings happened.
I'm not saying
No,
people
that's-
didn't die.
yeah.
I'm not saying
You're saying
these
it's
are
staged,
conspiracies you
essentially.
guys want to talk about.
You think
I'm
that they were
not.
staged?
They're staged. I'm not saying
No
people
way.
didn't die. Yes.
No.
Yes.
You don't
it's,
know. You can't say no way.
No,
Like,
you're right. You're right. I can't.
But
Because
what I
wasn't
will
there,
say,
don't-
and
even if
I will
was and it was
never,
staged,
I will never ever say people didn't die because somebody always dies in regards to these types of situations. And the only
Who?
caveat.
So essentially, it's like 9/11. You're not saying that 9/11 didn't happen, or someone
No,
who says it was an
9/11
inside.
did happen.
It occurred.
But someone who says it's an inside job is not them saying that it
Uh,
never
I'm not-
happened.
Yeah,
Look,
exactly.
look,
They're not
look,
saying the
look.
Holocaust didn't
I
happen.
was not
There's-
paid to be a
Okay.
crisis
Can I
actor,
ask-
I get
which
you.
Can I ask like just
Alright,
just
well.
just a random like
you ever heard of crisis actors?
Yeah, like that
Yeah,
one
yeah,
girl
I
that
know
they
what
found
you're
at the
talking
fucking like 6 of the same.
Crisis actors.
Like I'm not.
You
I'm not
looked
trying
at the past 6 mass shootings. There have been crisis actors
Okay,
paid.
perfect. All right, so
But,
so
well,
the
there's
last-
it's
the
not
last- the
perfect,
last
and nothing's
couple
perfect, and
mass
it's
shootings,
actually sick.
I'm not trying to like whatever.
Mike, say
I'm
whatever
not-
you want.
I'm not disagreeing with you, like, cause like I wouldn't be surprised.
You can
at this
disagree with
point.
me. I want you to disagree with me.
I'm just asking.
You're
like,
disagreeing with me.
Who would stage these mass shootings? Who would? do that?
Michael Bloomberg.
Higher
Who's
ups.
that?
essentially.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly.
Seriously,
Exactly.
he's running for
I know.
president.
Doesn't he own a
See,
media
oh my
company?
God.
No, he's the
Wait,
fucking
look,
mayor of New York
This
City,
is the
isn't
problem.
Oh, he was.
This is the problem. No, he was the governor of, or no, I'm sorry, the mayor of New York City.
he? Yes.
And
See, Papa knows some shit. Papa knows some shit.
Wait,
boy.
Nah, you
Which
don't.
party is running?
Yes, I
for?
do.
Democratic Party.
Oh, wait, is he like a millionaire or something?
He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
He runs Bloomberg
I know.
News.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
He owns a media
guy
company.
actually paid the guy in Virginia. There's about to be a.
But you think that he's responsible for staging
What's today?
a or
What's today?
multiple mass shootings?
Today is Sunday, January 12th.
Okay, January 20th. Something big is going down in Virginia. Do you guys know anything about
No.
that? Well, look, until you guys.
Nope, there's no one till just tell us. That's what the podcast is for. What's going on
All right,
January 20th
so,
in Virginia?
Governor Northam. I don't know how to.
The
Got
governor.
this. Yep.
He's the governor. Okay, you can look it up. Go
Phil
ahead.
Spector?
No, not Phil Spector. What the
Harvey
fuck? Phil Spector. I haven't heard of his name since like
Phil
2007.
Spector was- well, I don't know if he was.
It was
I mean,
2007, I
Well,
think.
I'm not gonna say
Phil
he was the
Spector.
man, 'cause
That's
he
like
was
saying
probably- he
Jim
was probably a nice
McGreevy.
person, but
That's
he
like
was-
saying Jim fucking
Nah,
McGreevy, the
Yo, he
fruitcake.
made good music. He was probably a terrible person, but he made good music.
Phil Spector?
Yeah, he produced good music.
Yeah, well, guess what? Harvey Weinstein made 2-3 good movies, produced it, and he's a pedophile.
Like I just said, I didn't say that he was
Well,
a good guy. I said he
I'm
made
just
good
saying
music.
too.
That's a whole different conversation.
What
in and
you-
of
Yeah,
itself.
go back to what you're saying.
What you think you know, you don't know about these people. They want total control over the populace.
I agree with
because
that.
if they have total control of the populace, they have the money, they
They
have
can
the
control
power.
their image.
And what is the famous saying in Scarface?
You
have
suck on
the
this,
money, you
motherfucker.
have the-
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Almost.
That was it.
But-
that wasn't bad.
But he says to Manny, his buddy Manny, who he actually...
Oh,
You
he
get
goes,
the money.
hey, what's up, Manny?
No.
First
no.
you get the money.
Then you get the
power,
cannoli.
Then
No.
you get the
Oh, that's a
No.
Godfather?
Then you get the cocaine.
Oh, you're horrible.
First the cannoli, then the
money,
Godfather.
power, pussy.
Well, look, I can't joke around about this kind of stuff because it's too serious. But
What are you talking about the 20th?
Oh, yeah.
in Virginia,
Virginia's for
the
lovers.
Democratic senators, not senators, the assemblyman and Northam, who is the
Nordstrom.
Northam.
Nordstrom
I
Rack.
think it's Northam or Northam, whatever.
Martha.
Whatever. He is the I don't know if he's an incumbent, but he's the one you heard about it in the
sound
news.
like a
And if you
gimp?
didn't hear about it in the news and you guys don't watch the news, whatever, he's
No,
the
I
one
can't,
that
I can't watch
Fuck the news.
I can't.
yeah, I say that too. But he was the one that was for third-term abortions, the ones who were actually born,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
then he would give the mothers.
Oh, that's who Jones was talking about. The guy with the accent like this. Remember when he was
Yeah.
talking? Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what he was
It's-
talking about.
I don't want to
Sounds like
listen to him. I don't want him to.
Because no, that's what he was talking about. The super
So-
late abortions.
So Michael
that guy's weird
Bloomberg
as fuck.
is definitely one of the ones who's
Bloomberg paid Northam
Okay.
to do Northam.
So you're saying Bloomberg is pretty much in charge of Columbine?
Look it up. Type it up right
Not
now.
Columbine.
Virginia counties that are sanctuary cities.
Virginia Tech.
He is not Virginia Tech.
okay.
Sanctuary
so
cities.
before Mike,
Second one. No, go back. Go back.
No.
No.
Sanctuary, second
yeah,
Amendment
no.
sanctuary.
You had it. No.
Fuck.
so before
Arts
Mike,
and crafts.
It was there. It was
before
there.
Mike jumped in with
There
his
you go.
question,
Nope.
you were talking about them
Go back.
staging.
What? Delete that. All right, there you go. What Virginia counties are? Yeah, there are 101 counties in
Are you
Virginia.
talking about this?
Yeah.
And what do they do? What are the Second Amendment sanctuary? Are they pro or against?
They're not allowed. The state government is not allowed to actually imply or enforce any new gun
Restrictions
legislation. Yes.
Wow.
And he is.
Is this the first place in
Alright,
the
so-
U.S. like that?
Oh yeah, because do you know what Sic Semper Tyrannis means?
No. I've
Okay,
heard
it's
it
it's
before.
Latin.
Yeah.
It's Latin. All right, so
I think it
All right.
means
Sniff
under
tip.
the toad lies the answer.
No, I think he's right about this.
Yeah, it's scholars maintain
Yeah,
they lost
alright,
the
look,
definition
It's
many
an
years
old
ago.
No,
shit
Sic Semper
from the
Tyrannis-
old Civil War.
sorry, I
era.
just spit. But no, essentially, it's
Under
like,
the toad
it's
lies
like-
the truth. That's what it is. Under the toad lies the truth, not
Yeah,
the
no,
answer.
he-
No,
misspoke the first
hey,
time.
you guys are denigrating this whole talk.
I'm sorry.
That's not it. They are not going to abide by tyranny. Essentially, is what they're saying, and the governor is trying to take all their guns away. You're not allowed to hold anything but a fucking bolt action.
And a toad.
So, quick question.
And Bloomberg is financing Northam
directed
Why?
specifically for Jared.
because Bloomberg is from New York City. He is running for Democratic 2020 the
Presidential nominee.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
whatever, yeah.
And he just started like
Candidate.
a month ago.
Yeah, no.
But he
yeah,
gave
jumped
this
in out of
guy
nowhere.
like 10 to 100 million. I forget it's like something.
What's your
110.
question, Reno?
So my question for Jared is, not agreeing or disagreeing with anything that you said,
That's fine.
but
What's
It
your
just
favorite
pisses me
color?
the
off.
simple fact is no. The simple fact is that
Not you.
it was written. No, I get it. The issue itself, it bothers you. I get it. I understand why. But
You should be able to own a gun.
yeah, I get you. But my question is
You should.
I agree.
Automatic
the Second
weapons, too.
Amendment was written.
Yeah.
The Bill of Rights and the
You
Second
should.
Amendment and all that was written when? In what year? Was that with the Constitution? And
I believe it was 17. Well, it was. Let's see. The Constitution was passed in 1789 or 1793. No. The Second Amendment was ratified in I believe 17. Yeah, 1789 or 1793.
1992.
Yeah. It's REV dot means revised.
Yeah, revised.
So I was right.
Obviously, it
1789.
wasn't. Obviously, the Constitution.
No,
I
I read something recently.
So what was the revision made in 1992?
Yeah, 1992 when Bill Clinton was in office. Yeah, he owned the whole court.
Yeah, but what were you saying? What were you getting at?
Well, I was asking
As
him.
of what?
I was asking him the question as to this being written
They're disarming
in
you, son. The Illuminati,
1789.
Bilderberg
Yes.
Group.
That's
all
an
of them.
awfully long time for a document to go without
It's
being
timeless.
rethought. When they thought
You know,
up this
you're able to
amendment,
talk about this
there
right now because of
was
that Constitution,
no.
I understand.
There was no
that.
AK-47s. There was no missile launchers. There was no.
There
There
were
were
automatic weapons.
There were
though.
flintlock
You know that,
pistols.
right?
Yeah,
There were automatic weapons.
there were, but
What do you mean?
It's just
but?
a tough.
There's no but.
Dude, it's a tough topic to dance
It
around.
is.
no,
Well,
I
it
understand.
is.
No matter what
There's
you
not.
say,
It's
I
not.
understand
It's not
that.
very
it
hard.
is because no matter
not
he
very
can bring
hard.
up points that are
I'm not
very.
trying to
it doesn't
disprove
matter.
anything,
You
though.
can bring up
It's
points though
not
where
very
you're
hard.
right,
It's-
and then
it's-
you can bring up
it's
points.
not-
where
But it's
you're
not about
right.
right or wrong. I'm trying to find out
Well,
why
it is
he
though. in the
believes
eyes of
this
this
right or
one. That's the
wrong.
whole thing. That's the whole issue.
Stop. What'd you say?
No,
What'd you say?
Yes.
So it was written
No, you said you're trying to figure out what'd you say?
why he believes it. Like I'm
Why
trying
he
to
believes-
understand.
What?
Yeah, wait.
This
believe
is what
what?
gives you the freedom and you and I, the freedom to talk about this, and we can defend it to the death
but specifics
from our
are-
government.
Hold on,
You know,
hold on.
people in China can't talk about this. You know they're killing people in Hong Kong, right?
I understand that, but that's
Over
the
this
First
shit.
Amendment,
and
not
they
the
even
Second
said
Amendment.
people in Hong Kong
Yeah, but
like
that's
2
the
months
problem.
ago were saying,
Why are you nitpicking?
give us the
I'm not
Second
nitpicking.
Amendment.
Well, you
but
are.
the-
You're saying
the
that one-
conversation is specifically about the Second Amendment right now.
Yeah,
But
damn
that's the whole
right.
problem. Why?
Oh, let's slow down.
The
Let's slow
Second
down.
Amendment
My whole
protects
problem-
the
Stop,
first.
stop, Dylan. Go ahead.
My
Just
problem
slow
is
down.
just okay. So you're either going to take the entire fucking Constitution as a whole and just chuck it and write a new one, or you can't fucking take. Well, the First Amendment seems like this, so we'll do this, and the Fourth Amendment seems like no. You don't. You can't pick and choose what you want to
That's why-
follow. I'm not done yet, and what you don't want to follow. You either are gonna follow the whole fucking thing, or you're not. You
Well-
can't do that. You can't say, well, this one holds merit, but this one doesn't. That it doesn't make any
But
fucking sense.
that's not what
this
I'm-
is the backbone
regards
of
to
our
what he's
country.
saying,
That's not what
I
I'm saying.
agree with him.
I'm not saying
But
to
anything
nitpick
after
at
You
it,
guys
but
talk over
why?
each other. Somebody talk.
I'm not saying to nitpick
Oh,
over it,
you
but
guys
why,
were
if
talking
the
over me
document,
before.
if the document was written so long ago, why haven't they looked at it as a whole even? And
The only true.
don't you
Bill
think
of
that maybe that
Rights
should have
and
been
the-
done at
and the
some point,
amendments-
or no? You think
Oh,
it's
it was.
Well, it's
just-
almost the same as the Bible. What are you gonna do with the Bible? You want to rewrite the whole
they
fucking thing
have.
that was written
They have.
longer than fucking the Constitution was.
Hey, why do they call
Everyone
it the Bill of
follows
Rights?
that fucking book.
Reno,
Let Jared talk.
why do they call it the Bill of Rights?
But what? So I guess
Because
The
it
first
protect-
10 amendments are called the Bill of Rights for a reason.
because it's to protect our rights,
And why?
just in case anyone tries to infringe
No.
upon them.
No, wrong. Who is anyone?
Anyone,
Who's
literally
anyone?
anybody,
Who is
literally.
anyone? You are not. You have not been
a
specific.
government.
Anybody. The government.
That's
An individual.
anyone. Anybody is anyone. It's
No, it's
literally
not.
the same
No,
fucking
it's
thing.
not. The most important is the government because governments are the number one contributor to mass genocide, not individuals. Like
Okay,
you
and the
I.
government isn't the same now as it
Yes,
was.
you are so fucking wrong, dude. I don't even know if I can even talk anymore. Governments are the same as they always
So
have
they had
been.
lobbyists back then when George Washington was
Fucking
president?
it right! They had the Bilderbergs, or not the Bilderbergs. They had the Rothschilds. They had everybody that wanted to buy a government, and the people who ran the Bank of England, the government of England, the king, because they were the only ones that would finance him.
So
Are you serious?
People from England were trying to come in and buy our government? Or get their hands
Yes.
into our government? Okay, like
Not just them,
who else?
the French, everybody. They wanted a piece of the pie.
Now was it royalty, you're saying? Or
Yeah, and we're still dealing with royalty.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know the exact facts of that, we are still actually owned by the Crown of England. You look, like I asked before, nobody even thought to look into it. This conspiracy, quote unquote. Did you know that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are actually all related to one of the kings of England? Did you know that?
No.
Yeah,
So do
and
you
it's
think
all
that they're-
bloodlines. They all rule with an iron fist.
So do you think
they
that
all
that,
do that,
that
and they all do
Hillary
it through
Trump
their
thing was staged? Do you think that was a setup?
Yeah, he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Look, I like Trump. I liked him. I voted for him. I won't vote for him again because I'm a single issue voter.
Will you vote though?
Yeah, I'm gonna vote.
What if there's no other Republican?
I voted. I'm gonna do.
Is write-in still a thing?
Yes, it is.
guess so, yeah.
Yes, no, it is. One of the things back in 2008, I think it was, it was 2008, when Barack Obama and John McCain were going against each
Fuck
other.
it, I'm gonna say it now. Jared Reibe 2020.
No, I'm not doing it.
He's not old enough.
No, I have to be 35.
Oh fuck.
Yep, see? Don't know your history, you shouldn't be able to vote.
Good thing I don't.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
No, honestly, I don't. I don't keep up on politics. I'm not involved enough.
It's
to
not.
where I
It's
feel-
your life. It's not politics. That's what I try and tell you people.
Yeah.
And when I say you people, I mean you people.
No, I understand.
Wait. What do you mean, you people?
I know it. That's why I said you people, meaning everybody, even the
No,
whites,
I know
the
what you
blacks, the Chinese.
You meant people who don't vote.
No, nobody should vote unless they have an IQ higher than 100, and they should not be able to vote if they don't own land or own something. If they own their own car, let them. If they don't own it, then don't do it.
That's interesting.
Well, because the average IQ of Americans.
I don't think that's good.
Well, hold on.
Not the IQ part, but the owning
what's the
part.
average IQ of Americans? I'll tell you right
no
now.
idea. What?
It's 85.
I was gonna say 86. That's so weird.
Not pretty high.
It's very, very low.
Yeah.
And it could have changed in the past 3 months. The last time I looked it up, it was like 85. So it could be 86 now, but that was the last time I looked it up. That was average. They should not be able to vote. That's like borderline mental retardation.
Yeah.
It is. And why are they allowed to vote? And they keep voting in these people.
But we live in a
And they're all related.
so we live in a society where people.
AOC is never going to be freaking president. She's going to be gone after this term. You have to realize that people vote because of the names and because they look alike, because they're brown that's what they do. The only reason why I voted for Trump is because
He was white.
I voted.
was going off what
I
you
would
said,
have voted
bro,
for Barack Obama if he said what Donald Trump said. If Barack Obama said, the war on your Second Amendment is over, I would have voted for him in a heartbeat, but I didn't believe him. He didn't even say that. I voted for Chuck Baldwin back in 2008. That was a
The
constitutionalist.
guy who hosted the Game Show Network.
No.
Is he one of the Baldwin brothers?
No, Chuck Baldwin was the constitutionalist runner in 2008. It was him, and this is another thing.
Oh, I
that
was thinking
woke me
Chuck
up to.
Woolery. Chuck Woolery is what I was thinking.
All right, but yeah, it was not him. But another thing that woke me up. This was a couple months before I saw the UFO. Some redhead from California, some liberal, and sorry, I don't like anybody, like conservative, liberal. I don't care. Yeah, she was an asshole. But so she was like, "Oh, well, who'd you vote for?" I was like, "I didn't vote for McCain or Obama." She was like, "Oh, you wasted your vote then." And I'm like, "Seriously? I'm not going to vote for any evil. I'm not." And I was misled when I voted for Trump.
Yeah, fuck McCain, dude.
Well, no, and I voted for Chuck Baldwin because he was a constitutionalist, and he, from what I've listened to him say and do, he voted for the Constitution. And this is actually a very important question for both of you. Who was the most famous person that was a slave back in the... He was a slave. And actually, I just deduced it by a lot. He was the biggest proponent of the United States Constitution ever. Back in the mid 1800s. Come on. Come on.
I don't fucking know.
I did a paper on him when I first started Cumberland County College.
I didn't.
Before I went to Rowan.
I had no idea.
No, dude. This story is
Thurgood
amazing.
Marshall.
No, Thurgood Marshall.
I don't know.
It was not.
I just threw a name out.
Let's go.
Dude, Thurgood Marshall. What?
Let's go.
1900s. Holy shit.
I guess. Yeah.
Was the
Morgan
guy from 12
Freeman?
Years a Slave?
You did it on purpose.
I did.
No, it was fucking Frederick Douglass.
There you go.
And what do you mean there? Oh, yeah, I know there.
I know
you go.
that name.
Yeah, Frederick
I wrote
Douglass was a author.
Not just that, he was a slave, and he
yeah.
actually wrote memoirs. And I did a paper on him my second year in college at Cumberland County College, and I wrote this whole thing about this guy a white guy, believe it or not, tried to get him to like totally deny the Constitution and say, "Oh, we need to do this." He was trying to like because Frederick Douglass like got away from slavery and all that stuff. He was actually trying to get him to denounce what the Constitution meant because he was like not a socialist because I don't know what he was exactly called by then. I forget the guy's name, but Frederick Douglass said, "Why? This is exactly what we all need." And he said, the Constitution is the most important document ever written. And it really is. Wow. Everybody says the Magna Carta was, and yeah, we might have gotten, the framers and the founders of of America and the writers of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they might have gotten the inclination to write something like that. But he said this is the most important document because the first 10 amendments, those Bill of Rights, they gave us all the rights we ever need. You don't need to rewrite it at all. At all. There's no reason. It gives you, me, everybody, any skin color, any creed, the rights they need to live their life. The only people that are trying to subjugate that are the ones with all the money and all the power. That's what it is. And I will never, ever
concede that.
Yeah.
So what about
actually very good word? Yes.
What about the 14th Amendment then? I believe it is, right?
That has nothing to do with the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, it's first 10.
All of them.
Oh, you said okay. Yeah, you said specifically.
No,
the first
I did. Yeah,
10. Okay.
The 15th Amendment though was the one that freed
But
the
you're
slaves,
right.
But that's still.
That being said, it was added. It's not like they changed one of the original 10 amendments.
Is that what you were just reading? I didn't even read that.
What?
No.
Well, Donald Trump when he did the whole.
Donald Trump wrote the Bill of Rights.
No, he didn't.
No, I think he's right on this.
He did. It was him and who's
I know you guys are a comedy
what's
show.
Pocahontas' name?
John Smith.
Pocahontas?
Donald
The
Trump.
dumb-
Do you mean the white guy she porked?
John Smith.
Oh, Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren
you
and
mean-
Donald Trump wrote the Bill of Rights together.
Hiawatha?
It is what it is, but that's a fact. So I'm gonna stay steadfast by that.
I think he's right on this. If we look at
I'm gonna try to hold on. Let's twist the topic a little bit. We're running out of time.
No, can you twist that leg?
cutting me
I'll
off.
put it a little closer to you, because then it'll balance more.
This one?
Hey, you look up my Frederick Douglass shit. I didn't look it up on Wikipedia ever.
Yeah, we
I
gotta
actually had
fact
to
check
do 30 fucking sources.
What am I doing?
Not from Wikipedia.
He wants you to fact check his Frederick Douglass stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, while you're fact
Frederick
checking-
Douglass was one of the biggest fucking proponents of the Constitution
Stab Jared
ever.
in the fucking throat. All right, so while you're fact checking, we're just gonna switch it up real quick.
Yeah,
Is it-
keep going.
how much time are we at right now?
We are at 2
Almost
hours
3 hours.
and 50 minutes.
15 or 50?
50. 50.
50?
Yeah, that means I'm done
It's
talking.
a long.
No, you're not. This is the last segment.
I'm done talking.
Okay, well, that Jared's done.
All right, well,
No, I'm gonna go.
That
I'm gonna go get a
being
sip.
said,
Well, we're almost done,
I guess
so-
we'll.
Maybe we'll start rapping.
Yeah, we'll start rapping.
I was gonna
right
ask him
now.
one more thing, but I guess he doesn't want to talk
Yeah,
about it.
it's all right. We'll save it for another episode.
We'll save it for later.
We can either save it for another episode or when it comes back.
We'll save it for later. I can't.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
so I guess I won't wrap it up then.
No, we'll wrap it up.
Okay, so I'll wrap it up.
Totally up to you guys.
So that being said, Jared was here, and
Well,
We
we don't. Have to,
didn't-
we'll wrap up the Jared segment. So I have a couple questions I need to ask you at the end of this podcast.
yeah, that's what I was actually gonna say. I was like, we did a lot of talking about Jared, and this is still fresh. People don't really know us entirely, so maybe Dillon said he had a couple questions for me, so I guess we'll go through that, and then I kind of have a couple questions for Mike.
For what?
For the questions you were talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, I just had a couple questions from the last podcast, from the first episode. You would mention that there was a there was a magical moment in the mall parking lot between you and maybe 2 of your friends or 3 of your friends.
Joel, and Ray. So
Sounds like a really hot threesome.
Yeah, sounds like a bunch of dudes.
so magical, dude. And it was in the wintertime.
Oh,
There was
winter.
snow.
You guys had jackets
all
and
over the
layers
ground.
on.
Alright, so what happened was Joel had this Honda CRV. He loves his old little Hondas, and
Who had it?
it was a CRX. It was Joel. He had a little white CRX,
Okay.
and it was pretty cool. It was a nice car, but it was old. So we were in the mall parking lot doing donuts. I'm in the back seat. Ray was in the front seat. Joel's driving.
Dunkin' or Wawa Donuts?
No, like doing donuts in the snow with the
I know,
car,
I'm just-
like regular show style.
Oh, okay.
And so
Yeah, then you unbuttoned his shirt.
we're in the middle of
And
doing
you
these
put it in
donuts,
par.
and all of a sudden the car just cuts out. and it just stalls. And we're just sitting there, and Joel's trying to start the car, and nothing's happening.
Except for that song.
And then all of a sudden, Ray turned and looked at me, and we just knew. No, I'm just fucking with you.
I was like, what?
He's sitting there for like 10 minutes trying to start this car, and it's not starting. And for some reason, Ray just slaps the dashboard and goes, there's something weird. Just make some weird noise or says something really weird, and turns to Joel and goes, start it now. And he starts it, and the car it just fucking starts right up. And it just turns right on. We're like, yo, what the fuck? This is creepy. So we're like, all right, whatever. We're just not even thinking about it. So we're doing donuts again. And the car fucking just stalls again. And Joel looks at Ray. Joel looks at Ray and he's like...
Unbutton that pant, boy.
Kind of like, this isn't going to happen. So Ray looks back at him and just like gives him a nod. And Joel turns the car starts right back on.
Really?
Really. It was the freakiest thing. Ray was one of those people too that had just like really weird things happen to him all the time. I don't know.
It was just all three of you guys in the car that night, right?
So magical. That face he's got on. All right, so what was the other question?
My other question for you was, okay, here we go. When did you realize you were retarded?
Probably.
No, I'm just kidding. Back up. I lied. You had mentioned last time that your cousins, they like to play a lot of pranks on you. And they had put that doll on your stomach, and then you muttered something like, that wasn't the worst they did to me.
Yeah.
What was the worst that they did to you?
The worst that they did to me was, this is kind of weird, but I had a lot of stuffed animals when I was a child.
Okay.
Like, a lot. And one day they just... Basically, I forget what the preface of it was. For some reason, they got me to crawl under my bed to look for something, and they just shoved all the stuffed animals in behind me. And
So it's just you under there with a bunch of stuffed animals, right?
And I was trapped. I couldn't get out at all. I started hyperventilating and like
Are you
freaking out.
claustrophobic?
No. Still to this day, I'm not claustrophobic, but I was freaking out. I'm like 4 years old. I can't get out of the bed. It's not like I lift the bed up. I couldn't dig the stuffed animals out for some reason. They like wedged them in there really good. But, I mean, it was cool. As payback, I watched my cousin kind of stumble, and I tried to trip him, and he wound up falling and hitting his face on the carpet and getting this Hitler mustache rug burn that he had to wear for the rest of the summer. But, like, other than that, they would put, like, hot mustard on the top of my bottle and shit like that.
So just typical
Mustard?
pranks.
Ketchup and mustard.
Yeah. Typical pranks, but not typical for a 3-4-year-old child. It's not usually
still
what you
doing
would
this?
do.
Oh,
But
shit.
Yeah, we're just slowly exiting our way out.
Yeah.
So-
Let's exit.
We're exiting.
is that the last question then?
Those were the two questions I had for you. Let me check my notes real quick.
The notes don't matter.
While you're looking for them, I have a couple questions for Mike.
Oh, I like this.
'Cause
Let's
I don't-
all ask each other.
I don't
some
really
mother-
know Mike all that much.
Oh shit.
See the guitar behind you, and
The bass?
for reasons that we won't discuss, I was on your Facebook the
Slap
other
the
day looking
bass.
through your pictures, and I noticed you were in a band at some point.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had no
one
idea.
Of the best bands ever.
What was it called? Who was it with? What'd you
Ooh, I
guys
like this little plug we got going.
The last band I was in was called Strange Seasons.
Okay,
It was
I like the
with
name.
my friends Dennis Lira, Dave Jamil, and Dante Baruffi. And then
Why is it a bunch of D's?
I know. I don't know.
No?
Yeah.
You guys should have just
Except
called
for
yourself
M,
Bag of
Because
D's.
he's the Mag Daddy.
Bag of D's.
He's the Mag Daddy.
All right, so what kind of music did you guys play?
It was
Experimental.
Ska?
like indie rock music.
I'd
Oh,
say
okay, that's right in my
experimental.
wheelhouse. I love
Yeah.
indie rock.
You guys were very.
Yeah, I'll show you some stuff. We'll see what you think about it. But yeah.
So judging by the last band, there was multiple bands?
Yeah. As the further back you go, the worse they were.
Yeah, Mike's
Well,
first
obviously.
band was a it was like a German
Judging
ska
by the
band.
picture,
And
yeah.
I played the trash can.
He looked really emo in the pictures that I saw.
I
Well, he had long
I was,
hair.
I
That's
was-
his wheelhouse.
I was an emo teenager.
That was? Oh, because you're not a teenager anymore. Got it.
I'm an emo grown up.
No,
Just
you're not.
fluxing with you.
You
Sure I
ain't
am.
emo.
No, sure I am.
You ain't emo.
I'll take that title. That's fine. You can make fun of it, but that's fine.
No one's making fun.
Stop being so emo. Maybe you won't be a
Hey,
liberal.
sometimes you gotta.
Yeah, if you were an emo, you wouldn't be a liberal.
So
Maybe you're right.
I guess that
I'm 100% right.
I just have one more question for you then. When are you gonna stop being a pussy and come out the disc again?
Yeah, thank the Lord. Let's put him on the spot because now his answer is recorded and it's on the record. So yeah, let's answer that question.
Whenever I feel like it.
Fair enough.
I guess yeah. So he'll continue to be a pussy until
Just a
further
blanket
notice.
statement,
Yeah. Okay.
It has
Yeah,
nothing
so
to do
we'll
with
never,
that.
We're never gonna do another podcast. Sorry.
That's fine. We'll get Rob Carpenter. I heard he was a lot better.
All right.
Would you even
Robert
be able
was
to
better?
sit here for that, Dillon?
Then Mikey?
No.
No way.
Rob
was better than Mike.
At
No way.
electronics.
He is
Oh.
definitely better.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's his job now, ain't it?
I didn't want to have to elaborate. I was just saying it to be a douchebag. I didn't mean it.
Oh.
I was saying
Mike,
what I
right.
said to be.
So, Mike, any questions
I
for,
didn't mean it
for either me or Dillon?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I like that.
Do you guys have any idea what you want to do for the next podcast? Do you have any like, you know, nothing specific, but just like any general kind of ideas from the
Well, we
next
don't
one?
have video, so we can't do a circle jerk.
Yeah, I was really looking
That's
forward
out.
to that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Unreal.
Well, then if that's out, then I really have nothing.
Unreal.
Then we're just gonna have to play it by ear. if
You
we
know
can't
what?
do
Let's
the
cancel the
circle.
podcast. Just cancel it.
And we're back. No, but to seriously answer it, I like how we kind of got serious this episode. 'Cause the first episode was a little lighthearted. I think for the next one, I kind of want us to open up a little more, maybe
Yeah.
There's a
individually.
lot to explore.
It's
Yeah.
different doing this. You're not used to just free speaking. It's odd to think, you know, I don't know. It's just not, it's not something I'm used to doing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we've kind of broken the barrier of the format of sitting down in front of microphones and saying things that will be on record and things that you feel passionately about or things that you think are funny. Like they
Well,
can be
let's-
totally different things. you
Let's
know?
be honest. We live in times where you have to really watch what you're saying. Comedians and actors
me.
and all that are
Screw the
getting in
trannies.
trouble for comments that they made 10, 15 years ago.
Well, yeah, no, and
So-
and you're right though. But I mean, what you're
Did
doing.
you just say Jared was right?
Beta!
I was-
Because Jared, let's take this back before you just said that
Stop
he was
being
right.
betas.
Jared said screw the trannies, and then you said you're right.
What
So I'm just making sure you don't put yourself in a position.
No, you're backpedaling.
No, I'm not. We can rewind it about 45 seconds and
hey,
find out
hey,
the truth.
This is gonna be edited out because I'm working
Oh,
with a whole
we
bunch
do
of
not
betas.
edit, my friend.
Betas.
It's one thing I don't do.
Beta males.
No. Yeah, you're doing it.
You're doing it all right.
Look, man.
No,
I don't know any trannies.
I think.
and guess what?
I think
I've seen them. They're mentally unstable. Conspiracy out the ass. They are mentally unstable. That's what they are.
What I was getting ready to say was that I think that it's
They're
good that
mentally
anybody can have
unstable.
a platform, but then you hear like things.
Yeah,
like that.
deleted.
No, but
And
in
we'll
all
just-
honesty,
we'll just cut that out.
we don't cut
Exactly.
anything
Delete. Yeah,
But-
deleted.
out. But yeah, this is cool. I like this.
Yeah.
If anything, it's just something once a week we can come sit down, and it's like almost lethargic. You sit down and you
It
just
is.
get it.
Guys are missing
Lethargic
the whole
or what
crux
am I
of the
thinking? of?
problem.
Cathartic.
Cathartic.
People want,
Thank you.
people
Definitely
want
not
information.
lethargic. We will cut that out.
Jared.
Yo,
Not
hey,
coming.
you guys are missing.
I want Jared's final thoughts.
Yeah, let's get a final thought from our Funkle in our
Yeah,
Funkle.
the jar Funkle.
Our
the-
Funkle dressed up in red,
the-
white, and
the
blue, baby.
Jar face McRibs thing.
I'm wearing
We
navy
want your
blue
review
and
on
jeans.
Jojo Rabbit.
What?
What?
Joe the Thumb? Rogan?
Jojo Rabbit?
That's a callback, guys.
Joe the toe.
Joe the Thumb.
There's no alliteration.
Yo, hey,
Well, there
hey,
is.
whoa, whoa,
Yo,
whoa.
yo,
Joe
yo.
the Thumb.
Jared, can you give us like an honest, like, what did you think about participating.
And we know that this
You think-
isn't fucking JRE. This isn't Joe the Thumb Rogan's
We're not
podcast.
Joe the Thumb, dude. So just spit it
Just
out.
for
What do you
fun.
think?
Was it something fun?
Yeah. Was it enjoyable? Did you? Hate
I had a lot of fun
everything?
because honestly, a lot of people are too afraid to talk about this type of stuff.
That's true.
Sure.
But I also feel like you guys are as well.
No.
So yes,
Which is why we
Um,
don't know
got it.
anything.
Oh.
you guys are still pretty scared.
Okay. Well then maybe that's something we'll.
No, I
Maybe
mean,
it's something we'll work on.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, I mean it's from my perspective, no man should be worried about what anybody else thinks of them. The views will come, and
I'm not worried about views. I
Yeah.
don't think we're worried about views. But I understand what
Because
you're
I
saying.
expect about maybe 3 views,
No,
and
I
they're
think-
probably
I
from
think-
just us
I think,
three right
I
at the
think
table.
an easy target.
I
for us
highly
should-
doubt that.
I think an easy target
highly
should
doubt
be
that.
like if we don't get 500,000 views, I'm probably just gonna off myself.
Yeah.
You know, so like I don't care about the views.
If within the
Why?
first week we
But why?
release this and we don't get more
Your
than
life
100, I'm
should-
dead.
Your life should be more important than.
Nope,
what-
my life solely relies on the amount of views we get from this podcast.
If we get 499,000,
I don't know.
999,000, or I just.
If we get
I-
one less than the number he said before,
I will not be content. But
so we got derailed.
Guys,
But yeah,
chill.
final
Chill.
words. It was good.
If they enjoyed it,
I don't know.
they
I'm already
will
over here
come
hanging
back.
myself.
They will come back.
What did you do?
What?
You hung yourself already?
They might not enjoy Reno's portion, but
No, I hope not. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
I really
here
like
for.
cheese.
People hired me. These people hired me. I don't even